talk to stream. I will be right back. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone, as the time for a new campaign begins. Welcome, my name is SenseiSuplex, and I am your D&D Sensei, and today we have an amazing session, an amazing group of people as well. We're all here to have some fun and play some D&D. Welcome, everybody, to the stream. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Now, this is the new campaign, Rime of the Frostmaiden. One couple things to note is that it is a heavily homebrewed version of the original module. About 70% of it has been completely changed and warped to fit in this new setting known as Voden. This will also be the first campaign that all of the soulbound people will be able to check out and watch as well. Also, say hello to my little friend Ducky Momo in the background as such. That being said, those individuals who want to, who are playing in Soulbound, you are free to watch if you wish. There's going to be a select few of spoilers. There's going to be a decent amount of spoilers, but it doesn't, or there's nothing that I'm not afraid, or I'm not okay with you guys seeing anyways, you know? Because most of this stuff, you may be able to figure it out in like 2 seconds, or you'll know anyways. So if you don't want to watch because like you don't want anything like that, then yeah, you can bounce out. Other than that, you guys are more than fine and welcome to join in. Doesn't matter too much to me. That being said, the last couple announcements, you guys will also, everybody in chat will also be able to interact and affect the games in real time by either giving out inspiration points or health potions or more to that of the players. You can use those through channel points. They're never going to be used without money, so you don't have to worry about that. We're never going to be pay to play or anything, or excuse me, not pay to win or anything like that, right? So you got it. That being said, Bimroth or Raven and Max giving out inspiration points. I'll make sure to do so and give them their inspiration points in a minute. But yeah, last little thing. I will not be able to pay attention to chat too much or too often, so I'm going to leave that to my mods and whatnot to get my attention, or Bimroth or whatever, as I'm going to be laser focused on the game. So that being said, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. But the time for adventure is now. Let's go introduce let's go talk to our players. I'm the Frostmaiden. Let's do this. Hello.
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 I see everybody's just sliding their tokens everywhere. Oh man.
What do you mean? What
are you talking about? All right, don't try to fix it now. It's too late. I caught you guys in the act. Oh man.
Pirate doesn't need no permission. He's just gonna do it.
All right, I see. You're just the top. You're the top of the show. All right, I got you, Pirate. Oh man. But funny enough, the Auroraverse is already in full effect and fashion. So as you guys know, and as I also just explained to chat, you guys can, or everybody's watching and whatnot, but they can also help you guys and assist you guys along the way. They can give each and every one of your characters inspiration points, or even that of health potions if it ever gets really that dire and whatnot. The health potions are only ever going to be a D4. They're just a little quick pick-me-up, and they're very expensive, so don't ever try to rely on inspiration points or health potions. Also,
so what I'm hearing is you want to kill us. Gotcha.
I mean, chat. No, I'm kidding. But I would never do that. But that being said, also one thing to note: channel points are never the way you can do it. It's never going to be through like money or anything like that. It's always just by the more active you are in the community, the more channel points you get, the more times you can actually do it. And they also have a limited amount of inspiration points and channel points they can use. So don't got to worry about that. Last thing, obviously you guys can't spend channel points on yourself. You can't give yourself inspiration. That's not a thing. But yeah.
Planning on that.
Yes, I give myself full inspiration points.
I didn't hear you say that we can't use it on each other though, so I guess that's fair game, guys. Let's all just start giving each other stuff.
Don't you dare.
No. See, you can't amend the rule once we find a workaround, Sensei. That's not how that works.
We made the rules.
I am the rules.
I am the rules. Or is it like Jorgen von Strangle from Fairly Odd Parents? Oh man. All right, that being said, I am ready to go. Is everybody else ready to go, or do they need a moment?
I think I'm ready.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm good.
That's oh, good.
Wait, hold on.
Mhm.
I think I misunderstood something.
Go ahead.
What you wrote me something before. Hold on,
Okay. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Secrets. But yeah, I think I asked this earlier, but I guess I'll ask it again. How's everybody's day going today?
Great.
Awesome.
good.
So good.
It's a day.
Absolutely unable to complain.
All right. So yeah, Bimroth, you should that should clear some things up. Does that clear everything up?
Yeah. I
Alright.
thought it was after. Never mind.
No.
I
There you go.
misunderstood.
Alrighty. So if that's the case, oh man, it's been a long time coming. I hope you guys are excited, but I think it is now time to begin today's session and adventure. Now, shall we? That being said, let us begin. You guys should be able to hear music in about several seconds. Everyone can hear music, correct?
Oh yeah, I can.
Sam, you said you can't?
I can't, but also I have my headphones through my phone because I'm gonna have to take the dogs out. So if it's playing through the computer, that would explain why I don't hear it.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you. Yeah, you can just sort of set that up.
I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay, hold up. There you go. All right, if everything's good on that side, let us begin. So, I would like each and every single one of you to gather around the table and let me tell you all a Voden fable. To gather around for the tale of these band of misfits, the tale of the corruption within, and the tale of an everlasting frost. For this, my friends, be the infamous tale of the Frostmaiden. Friends, the year is 604 in the land of Voden. A strange and untamed place no matter the region. A realm that made up of chaos, creation, and destruction. A realm where three major powerhouses and civilizations are engaged in an endless war amongst one another. This being the Kalani, desert warriors using sand magic and the arcane to manipulate the weave and rebirth of life and itself, as they pride themselves all on riches and wealth. The Ishtarans, samurai and other shinobi warriors fighting to uphold honor and one's destiny through the Bushido blade. And then finally, the Velkin, overwhelming warriors of strength and brutality. They drink to the gods, fight for them, and they die to find their spots in a warrior's heaven. However, despite these three civilizations being at odds, there is one common enemy amongst them all. A force seeking to consume and destroy all, no matter the culture, no matter the ideals. This is the corruption. A force of an ever-changing color of an astral light made up of nightmares and dreams itself, all manifested into reality. Our journey, however, it begins with several shadows in the land where the Vulcan reside, doing battle against the corruption near daily. A land of snowy mountains and brutal tundras. This region, known as the Azure Taiga. A region where you have to fight to survive, kill or be killed. Find your allies and treat them like family, as they may be the only ones that you have. A region of everlasting frost in the snowy hellscape. And a region where all the lakes are frozen, never to be sailed by normal means. However, these shadows don't sail amongst the ship by normal means. No. Upon a Vulcan ship specifically, sailing amongst these icy waters, there were several adventurers, several echoing possibilities, all aligned, but more importantly, several souls bound to these lands. I would go on a journey told in taverns forever. This, my friends, is the Rime of the Frostmaiden. And that being said, let us begin. So, however, our story begins amongst these very seas of the Asia Taiga, as it specifically begins with 6 shadows all separated and unknowing of their vast journey to come. However, 3 individuals in particular are already well acquainted. Let me change maps for you guys. You guys should load in.
Load into Voden.
Loading initialized. Successful. With that being said, we take our focus to 3 individual shadows on the deck in the frigid cold. The waves not apparent in the slightest, as the entire area as they sail across a sea frozen over entirely. The ship itself seems to have these massive flamethrowers on the bottom of the ships, melting the ice in real time to allow for travel by sea. It's a slow process, but it is faster than walking for sure. However, as you 3 in particular begin to continue eating, staring out towards the endless icy rivers, you converse with one another, and we turn our focus to 3 souls. Sammy, Emroth, and J-Cross, can you please introduce yourselves and describe your characters and what they look like? Oh boy. Does anybody want to go first? If not, we can just roll a dice and we can go that way. Your guys' choice.
Nice.
Nice.
Alright, we're doing dice, you got it. So, we're gonna have to do this in a strange way, but first let me get you guys some ship ambience as well. Give me 1 second. Alright, boom, and also Witcher music, because we love our Witcher around here. There you go.
Ooh.
So, first dice roll, but this doesn't technically count. We're gonna roll a D3, and we're gonna find it out. That is a 1. Hey Jay, I'm sorry for this, but can you please introduce
all
yourself and describe
all
what your
good.
character looks like?
It's all good. Okay, so my character's name is Björn Einarsson. He's like 6'2". He's a Velkin. I mean, think like typical like tall, like blonde, bearded, long haired, like almost like he looks almost like Thor, but he's a druid.
Oh yeah.
Yes, exactly. He was raised in the Azure Taiga as a blacksmith. His father is like one of the greatest blacksmiths the Iron Bellows clan has ever seen, and Björn has tried his hardest to live up to that, but he's also feeling some hesitancies recently about the Iron Bellows and their intentions.
That being said, Bjorn, as you begin to look out towards the sea, you look towards that of your fellow companions. Let us see who will be next. Alright, let's do, alright, so Sammy, 1 or 2, you get to pick.
Ooh, 2.
2, alright, if I roll a 2, that means you will introduce yourself. If I roll a 1, that means Bemroth, it's you, my man.
Yay.
Alright, let's do this. We're gonna flip a coin. Oop, that is a 2. Oh no!
That's okay, I just didn't want to go first.
Alright, you got it, bud.
My character's name is Auroraverse, so have fun with that. She's like a 7'10" bear. She's just a big brown bear. Smack your face off. She grew up in the outlands of the Taiga, the Azure Taiga, and recently she has been helping guide like different groups of people, like people who say, hey, I want to go to some place out in the obscure wilderness, but I shouldn't do it alone because that's a terrible idea. And so she will act as a guide. And she just got done bringing one group back down, so now she's on the boat trying to get back home.
Heck yeah. And that being said, you look towards the final individual down below. Bemroth, can you please introduce yourself and your character?
Oh, playing a foreign from Homebrew race. Biju? That's how you say them, right?
Yep, Biju.
Yeah. Say a wild magic sorcerer. That's gonna be fun. And Whoa. What else? Damn, I'm not good at
just
this.
describe what your character looks like.
Well, grey short hair, like on the talking pretty much. White eyes. Crystal kinda looking hands. But covered with cloth, just not to spook people.
Enough.
So, there we go.
There you go. And also, because I forgot to show Groswaro. Alright, so let me do that real quick. Oh man.
I mean, she's a bear. I think everybody knows what a bear looks like.
That's also very true. Oh man.
There's
Oh.
always variables there.
There's always variables. So here, let me just do this real quick. Your character art. Oop. And there you go. Alright. Also, I should note that Bimroth, you've received an inspiration point. Anthrax, you've received an inspiration point, and to the the Bearkin Park Ranger, you received an inspiration point from earlier. So all you gotta do.
Try to say her name?
Say it again.
You don't want to try to say her name?
Oh no, that was what Max specifically said. I want to give the inspiration point to the Bearkin Park Ranger.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. Groswaro. I love it. There we go. That being said, you guys can just sort of mark that down, and just so you know, inspiration points are just a simple +1 or -1 that you can apply to any roll. That's a d20 roll. But as you guys are all sort of conversing about onto that of the ship, you look towards that of the sea, or it looks towards that of the frozen sea as you're eating and enjoying yourselves, and you're all conversing. But what exactly are all three of you conversing about? What are you doing? What are you saying?
I'm not too fond of these seas. I am more akin to the wilderness, but this is my home.
Yeah. No, you should have a nickname instead of that name.
Yeah.
Looking towards the bear.
But that's my name.
But
Do you not want to be called by your name?
your name is hard.
No, it's very simple. It's very simple.
I can't pronounce that.
Also, I know face cams are messed up. I'm fixing it.
That would be sufficient, I think.
Like,
But more of a but you're close.
Alright, there we go. That being said, as you guys are sort of continuing about, I need each and every last one of you. Well, actually, we'll save it for later. But looking around and about, you do see a handful of several individuals sort of going about their day-to-day. You see as there's a handful of Velkin sailors about on this ship that seem to be just sort of managing things, looking out towards that of possibly their destination, and just sort of scouting out the entire general area around to make sure everything's on the up and up. You also see, however, several other individuals around you, some more notable than others. You see off to the, or you see down below, kind of off towards the wheel and whatnot, besides the Velkin sailor, and the person who seems to be steering that of the ship, you see a tiny sort of blink dog off to the side, sort of coursing with electricity, who seems to be just sort of barking and growling at a nearby pigeoness trying to like sort of catch it. You see as they they're like sort of playfully chasing and teleporting left and right after it. You see over to the side, an individual, a goblin with some sort of mad top hat who seems to be sort of tinkering and like just literally throwing stuff about everywhere. He seems to be constructing things like a madman left and right as well. Next up, you do see to the north of the ship, you see, you find a couple of individuals who seem to be conversing quite loudly and immediately writing things down, sort of exchanging notes off to the side as you see these two. I don't know why I just showed these dead, but whatever. And finally, up to the, sort of towards the east, you see a tiefling woman who is north and seems to be praying briefly as they're, while clutching that of a necklace of some sorts. probably a holy symbol from what you can tell. That being said, is there anything you guys are doing? Is there anything you guys are saying to each other? Let me know. The map is open for you guys to explore and do as you wish.
I'm tired of this bread. It's been so long, and all we've had to eat is bread. I miss the food at home and an open hearth.
Oh, also,
You'll get home.
real quick. Also, Jay, your face cam got turned off, by the way.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right. Sorry about that.
Better. Okay. All good.
You get homesick very easily, don't you?
Yes, this is the first time I've ever left my home, and it's quite a daunting task.
It's always hard the first few times.
But it's comforting to know that I've got such a talented ranger along with me, and a crystal man.
Yeah.
That being
How long
said-
is that?
Good.
How long is it gonna take? Any of you still, or any of you know?
I think we can see a line out on the horizon, but I'm not well versed in the ways of the sea, so I'm not sure how long it'll take us to get there.
I've sailed this before, and I think it's just a few more hours until we'll be back on land.
Oh goodness, thank the gods.
That being said, you do hear as a couple of other individuals begin to slowly continue just going about that of their day. You do see as this individual is just sort of growling off to the side, and it just seems to be just barking. You'll see as he begins to almost somewhat just sort of is jumping off of like multiple sort of locations. You see as he begins to immediately almost tackle another individual sailor as he's trying to sort of chase this pigeon, and you see as he just sort of immediately are careening across the sky or across the side, drifting forth, just chasing after this this pigeon and having no luck at all. That being said, as this is sort of happening, are you guys just continuing conversing? Or are you doing anything else?
I think I'm gonna wanna go like try to calm the dog down, because I'm afraid he's gonna blink off the side of the ship, and I don't want that to happen.
Easy enough. You may move your character and try to help him or stop him.
Hey boy, come here. We got to calm you down. We don't want you to get hurt.
You see it just begins to just sort of bark, and then just say zap, 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 and it just immediately just teleports right behind you. And you see as it tries to immediately jump off of your kind of shin area and try to jump up and try to bite down towards the pigeon. That being said, what do you do? Are you trying to or calm it down?
Yeah, I'm gonna calm it down.
All right, first roll of the campaign. I need you to make a animal handling check. Let's see what you got, my friend.
Ready.
Nice.
17. All right, good to go, good to go. Actually, 1 second. I need to get this thing set up. I'm gonna switch scenes for 2 seconds. Boop. Up and bop. I should fix that. There we go. All right, sorry about that. So with the 17, you look over toward, or you try to call, or like sort of raise a hand to sort of stop the dog for a brief moment. And as you do, you see as he is a very, very excitable little guy. He is sort of like rushing around, and as he almost looks over towards your form and begins to stare at something upon you, you're not entirely sure what, but you see as it begins to sort of stop and sort of calm him for a brief moment in time. And you see as you hold your hand out towards him, see as he just begins to lick it for a brief moment. It does actually shock you, just ever so slight, nothing to do damage or anything crazy like that, but just a little slight shock upon him licking you, or your hand. as you're able to
Hey, boy,
successfully
who-
calm him down.
Who do you belong to? Okay, it's also easier to catch a pigeon on land. We wouldn't want you to. I mean, you're kind of covered in electricity. The water's probably not the best place for you. Well, show me who you belong to. Who are you here with?
You see as the dog just begins to just sort of bark and just sort of. You see as he just begins to just somewhat just teleport all around. Doesn't really sort of respond to that. You see as he's just an excitable little guy. He's not going like out of your range. He's just sort of like zipping to one or like below you. Then you almost see for a brief second he sort of zips on top of your shoulder and then immediately right back down to your leg.
Well, you're not so bad, are you? I just didn't want you to get hurt. Well, if you'd like me to watch over you for the rest of the trip, I'm not quite sure who your owner is, but we can see that you're taken care of and that you don't blink off the ship. And then I like reach down and like try to pet him.
I'll say this, make another animal handling check for me.
Okay.
$15. Not bad at all. With the 15, you see as he begins to sort of hesitate for a brief moment. And he's sort of, not really shrugs, but he begins to sort of cling towards your sort of position. As you begin to sort of move out or around that of the ship, you see as he begins to stick around you or stick a little bit closer from what you can tell. That being said,
Okay.
you may continue and do as you do.
Sure. I'm gonna walk back over to my compatriots.
All right. You see as Bjorn begins to walk back, you see as he brings back that of a peculiar little electrical blink dog off to the side.
Hey guys, look who I found.
Did you adopt him now?
I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure if he's got an owner here on this ship. I assume he got on here somehow. He's quite an unusual thing, so I assume he belongs to somebody. He doesn't look like a stray, but we shall see.
You see as the blink dog and such, he just begins to sort of look all the way up and down of Groswarl's sort of entire display, just seeing a massive bear in front of him. And he is just like, his eyes just begin to go wide, and then he just blinks on top of you, like on top of your shoulder.
Amazing. Oh my god. She like holds up her like paw to his face to let him smell it.
He just begins to smell it. Make an animal handling check, Groswarl. 5. Oh no! Alright, so here's what happens.
No!
It's not terrible, so but what happens is you see as you try to hold your hand out and it kind of just, you see as he licks your hand, but it seems to electrocute you more. It like actually like kind of hurts a little bit from the shock for a second. And you see as he immediately just begins to jump down and immediately appear right beside that of Thorin, just looking towards you.
That's okay.
He's a hyper little guy, I'll tell you that much. That being said, is there anything else you guys are doing at the moment?
I'm also gonna attempt petting it.
Make another animal handling check, let's see what you got. 8. Oh no. It seems to be that he is established. He is established exactly who he's sticking around at the moment. Though don't be too sort of alarmed. You'll have multiple chances probably later down the line in this trip. But you do see as you try to hold your hand out, and as you do, you see as he licks that of your crystal hands for a brief moment, and you do see as they actually have a little bit of a sort of interaction for a brief moment. You do feel a little bit more energized for a brief moment, Thorin, as the contact is made. and you just see as he just begins to sort of look at you, just sort of tilts his head and just stare, or just begin to immediately try to look for something on the case. That being said, as you all begin to converse and do as you do, down below resides 3 more individuals who are already well acquainted as well. And we find these individuals below the deck of this fair ship, who seem to be gambling away to their heart's content. However, our story for them begins in a much heated match down below in that of Tri-Die of Doom. Let me change maps for you guys. Alrighty. So, as you guys begin to see all of this, let me change the ambience for you, and boom, and that should work. And that should be fine. So, as you guys are sort of conversing about, you do see as these 3 individuals are immediately in that of a heated match of Tri-Die of Doom. It seems to be a competitive, luck-based game popular amongst the Vulcan in their free time. Though some are wagering gold, other items, one in particular, are wagering a little bit something bizarre and unusual in that of ice cream. That being said, Ricards, In, and Fish, please introduce yourselves and describe what your characters look like. Oh man, if you want, we can roll the dice again to see who's going first. Your guys' choice.
I mean, this
is D&D. I vote roll.
You roll. Alrighty. So Pyre, you're 1. Anthrax, you're 2, and Lika, you are 3. Give me 2 seconds. Let's do this. Alright, roll 1d3. 2, that is you, Anthrax. Alright, Jay, or excuse me, not Jay. On that of Rick, can you please introduce yourself and your character?
Alright, so I'm Rick Harson, and I'm playing Anthrax. There's a space between Ant and Rax, so don't be scared. But, he's dark hair, trying at least to look like a proper man going around doing entertainment for money, or so he wants everyone to believe at least. And he's a tiefling bard.
Heck yeah. That being said, alright, let's see who is next to introduce their self and their character. 1, 2. Oh, whoops. Here we'll do D2. That being said, let's go Fish. Which one do you want? 1 or 2?
I'll stick with 1.
You got it. Oh man, it said 2 anyways. That being said, In, can you introduce yourself and your character?
Hello, my name is Lika, and I am a very small, little tiny, very furry, tail person who is sitting on top of her backpack because she's very short. She's 3 feet tall, and the chair is like this, and the pack is not quite enough, so she's kind of like exactly where I'm sitting, where she's got the thing right up to her neck, and she's got the cards all laid out in her hand, like fidgeting, keeping them close, and staring at everyone. In front of her is a little mug filled with ice cream, and she has somehow procured from the kitchens. She's not going to tell you how, but she has, and she's looking at everyone. She's going, I will win. You will all pay for my ice cream.
That being said, also let me show the. That being said, let me show the art for Alika. Boom. There you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that for Anthrax. And last but not least, Fish, can you introduce yourself and that of your character?
Hi, I'm Fish. So I am playing a Fire Genasi wizard, Pyre. Pyre kind of looks similar. He doesn't have his crazy hair. I couldn't find something that matched better, but he's just kind of more well kept. Obviously has nice clothes. He has what he has on in the picture. And he's more just kind of looking at his cards and kind of like sitting there like thinking about what he's gonna do, and he's just trying to decide what he's gonna wager, and just kind of sits there and just kind of stares at his cards a little bit and just keeps trying to like act like he knows what he's doing.
That being said, you try to look as if you know what you're doing and such, but I'll tell you what, you look over and Pirate, here, we'll say for this, make a quick little deception check. Let's see how good you're able to play it off for a moment.
Deception.
19? Look like you've been here, you look like you've been in your fair share of gambling halls. You have a stone cold poker face. That being said, as you have the cards, you do say, or you do look over towards or another individual who seems to, or you stand across that of a red-haired humanoid man that seems to be dressed in a rather extravagant attire, definitely not a local from that of the Azure Taiga, as you see this man right here. You see, as he's most likely, if he was from anywhere, maybe from the Forbidden Expanse or some other sort of stranger place up north, maybe on another island of whatnot. But you do see as he begins to lay down that of his cards and such, and begins to say, "To be honest, cards aren't really my thing." But and you see as he will begin to pick up a set of dice instead. Or a handful of them, about 3 in fact. 3 sets of d6s. Gets ready to shake them as if he's about to roll before saying, "So, that being said, cards may not be my thing, but I'm always up for a little bit of luck in that of the die. That being said, you're telling me, little one, that you want to try and wager a bit of ice cream, eh?"
Yep. It's good for business.
Is that right? Well, I'll tell you that. Well, you're gonna have to be lucky if you want to win with that. That being said, the rest of you, you all betting for ice cream or like the little one, or are you just here to wager a bit of coin or something else? What are you offering?
Anything that's worth more than, well, empty hands is fine for me. So it's gold, ice cream, and anything else that you have in hand, so...
I'll tell you what.
He said.
Go ahead, little one. I couldn't quite hear you.
D6s?
D6s, yes, just a couple of dice. And you'll see as he actually pulls out a set of about 3 dice and whatnot. Now, Lika, you have never been, well, this is kind of your first time roughly being in the Azure Taiga from that of your brief experience, so you not necessarily knowing, actually I think all of you, yeah, you guys have never been in the Azure Taiga. Yeah, this is all your first sort of thing. So yeah, none of you guys know about it. But you will see as he begins to pull them out, and you will say, yeah, so we have a couple of games that we typically play amongst the Vulcan. We have Jip. We also have that of Tri-Die of Doom. That's a common one. And we also have, that's the ones that I'm preferring to sort of play right now. That being said, any preference on what you want to do? I'll tell you what, I'll even put, since you want to wager that of your ice cream, I'll even put that of 5 gold down below.
5 gold, hey? And I will look towards Rickards. Is that a good deal?
Well, it's fine for beginning. We shall play that.
I don't know if I have gold.
I think we have that much.
Much is that much?
actually, do we have any gold?
Yes, you do. I checked. So
Okay.
funny enough, Lika, you have no gold. You have 0 in your pouch. But- so that is the thing.
You have ice cream though.
Then we turn over to the high rollers over here, and I believe Anthrax or Anth and Pyre, you have 15 gold each in your inventory. High rollers.
Okay.
He offered like a card game, right?
No, dice rolling game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ika will
Pirate-
put away the cards that she had very vigorously shuffled back into her pouch a little bit. Tail goes up. Okay, how do we play?
It's pretty simple. Very, very simple. So, essentially all you got to do is, simply you just bet any amount that you want. Just no preference or anything like that. You choose a number between 1 and 6. Then I'll simply just roll about 3 of these dice, all 3d6. And if one die matches any of the numbers, then you get your money back plus an equal amount, based off how many. So, for example, let's say you bet the number 1 or something like that. I roll these 3d6, a 4, a 5, and a 1 pops up. 1 means that you get your, you will be able to get a little bit of the or money back. That being said, you roll 2 ones, you'd be able to get double the money back. 3 ones, get all or triple the money. Seems simple enough.
Yeah, I think I understand the game.
Yeah.
Alright. That being said, alright. So, we have, excuse me, darling, what is your name again?
Lika?
Lika. So, Lika, you're betting ice cream, and then you, two gentlemen in the back. What are your names, and how much are you wagering?
I'm Ant, and I think I heard talk of 5 gold before, so I could go with that. Just put my 5 gold on the table.
5 gold, not bad. And what about you?
Pyre is still just like staring at his the cards, going, "Oh," and doing the same thing, like putting them away. Still looking like he knows what he's doing, and he just pulls out 5 gold and without saying anything sets it on the table.
Oh, that one has a real poker face. Real card shark right there. My name is Talion. You can just call me Tal or Talion. Either or, it doesn't really matter. But let's get rolling. And you'll see as he begins to take that of these or the 3 dice, and it will just say a little or something under that of his breath. It will just say, "Tamora, guide me," and it'll roll immediately. Everybody, make a religion check for me, real quick. 2, 5. Oh man.
Pyre knows
And
nothing.
a 7. Oh man. You guys are too focused on that of the dice, too focused on the win. That being said, alright. You hear this sort of Timor, and you know that's probably a god of some sort. Who? Not entirely sure who. That being said, alright, before we begin, so Lika, how many or what number are you betting on?
1.
1? Alrighty. That being said, Anth, what about you?
Are we going with the religion check? Trusted you?
Oh, no. What number are you betting on for when he rolls the dice?
Yeah, 2.
2?
Number
Oh,
2.
I didn't hear it. My bad.
Yeah.
Alright, so 1, 2, and Pyre, what about you?
I'm gonna go with 4.
4, not bad. Split around the middle. We'll see exactly who is going to be correct. Also, let me get you guys a little bit of this. Alright, so you'll see as he takes the dice, and he will roll it forth. Oh, man. And it seems to be, you see as the dice begin to roll onto the table, you see as Lika begins to immediately just sort of jump out or jump up in excitement as those, you'll look down and be like, those are 2 ones. Well, that's the last time I ever bet on the number 3 ever again. That being said, it seems that you win a little bit of the pot. That being said, well, you only bet ice cream, so I don't know exactly how I'm gonna get double of that, but here, I'll tell you what. Go ahead.
She's going to look at the player and she's like, I only bet ice cream. The mug is worth at least 1 gold.
I'll tell
I
you what.
probably stole from someone.
You see as he's getting ready to sort of pass you the gold for it, and then as soon as you say, oh, I probably stole, and then you see as he just takes it back.
I think I still need to teach you a little bit about lying.
Boy. That being said, hold on one second. Alright, there we go. As it begins to happen, we'll just say, alright, here, I'll tell you what, here, and it'll just sort of pass you the 5 gold. I think that should probably count worth enough. That being said, we playing another round, or you guys had your fill? I got a little bit more
Well-
coins to sort of toss around.
Underneath the table, I will very, very gently and carefully drop like 3 gold at near Rickard's foot a little bit, and then pocket 2.
Alright, easy enough. What about the rest of you?
I think I could go for another round. I'll put down another 5 gold, see how it goes.
Alright, and what about you over there, Mr. Pyre?
Pyre still kind of like looking at the dice, goes, sure. And he puts another 5 down.
Alright, easy enough. So another 5 from you. Rick, what about, or excuse me, Anth, what about you? Another 5 or any more or less?
Yeah.
Alright, and what about
another 5?
another 5? And what about you, Alika?
Lika is just gonna take the mug and she'll be like, my job here is done, as she digs into the ice cream that she stole.
You got it. That being said, let's do it. Alrighty. So, so what number are you betting for, Alika?
Going to look over towards Anthrax while she's drinking her mug, and then she'll look over at Pyre and look at the guy again. I think I'll go with a number 1 again.
Alright. Anthrax, what about you?
I'll still be going with the 2.
Alrighty. And you, Pyre?
I'm probably gonna go 3 this time.
3, alright. You will see the Italian's gonna go for that one over there is a little too lucky. He's gonna go with 1. Oh man. Alright, that being said, he's going to roll 3d6. Let's see what happens. 1 again, 1, 4 to 2. Pyre, oh man, unfortunate. You see as he begins to roll down, and you see as he says, "Son, you sure you don't worship Timora? Lady Luck seems to be watching over you after all." That being said, you'll see as he will dish out all of your money back. So I believe that Anth, you get back, or you make your money back with 5 gold. You don't lose anything. Pyre, you lose 5 gold, sadly. Lika, you gain that of 5 more gold as well. Alright. That being said, as this all begins to happen, so yeah, while you're down here, so what exactly is bringing you all, or what's bringing you all on the travel for this ship? Where you headed, if I can ask?
Oh, I'm just trying to expand my entertainment business on a new land. That's, I suppose it's always good to seek out new ventures.
Fair. What about the rest of you?
Is this a human?
Yeah, he's a human.
Okay. Pyre just looks at him and goes, research.
Easy enough. And what about you, Lika? The classic forget to unmute.
I'm just hanging out, having a good time, hoping to get more of this delicious ice cream as she chows down. You know, this is really tasty. And traveling with him, and she's got like a mouthful of ice cream, and so it just doesn't sound like she's saying any words as she's responding, but her tail kind of points and swishes over to the direction of Thrax, and it looks over at Pyre. But he seems kind of cool. And again, it doesn't make sense because she's got a mouthful of ice cream.
There you go. Fair. I'm looking to probably make, or probably head over to the, or towards the sort of nearby town. I believe they call it Bremen, from what I hear. I got a little bit of a couple of business partners there. You actually should check it out. I believe it's called the, it's a little sort of landmarker establishment. It's like, I believe it's something called Five Tavern Square or something like that. Long story short, it has a bunch of like taverns, like all sort of spread about and right beside each other. Weird sort of establishment, but friendly folk.
Sounds like a good place to get new business started on the...
Oh, for sure. Especially if you're ever looking for anything like, sort of any sort of rumors in the town or any sort of work, if that's regards. I can see a couple of weapons amongst you. I assume that you are sort of, you know.
I understand. I mean, rumors are definitely one of my specialties, so I'm excited.
Oh, that being said, it's been a pleasure, but I must be going. I'm gonna be heading upstairs for a little bit, and sort of see exactly the progress on how far we are away from getting to the mainland. So,
Did he leave the dice on the table?
He did actually leave the dice on the table.
Can I see if they're like weighted dice?
Sure thing. You take them, make an investigation check. 24. So, they are not weighted dice, but you do feel a little bit of a magical presence about them. Make an Arcana check to learn more.
That's the focus. That's the one actually first hit.
11. Seems a little bit more, kind of hard to tell. Maybe a little bit of divination, maybe divination, maybe abjuration, but maybe it feels a little bit more of the divine in nature. Not entirely sure, one of those three. That being said, well, that is all, or while you guys are all doing that down below, turn back our focus. Meanwhile, on top of the ship. Alright, so, Bjorn, Thorin, and Groswarl, what are you all doing up on the deck of the ship at the moment?
Just walking around and trying to look out for land already.
Easy enough.
Getting a bit sick out of the ship.
You got it.
Yeah. I'm pretty anxious to get back to my homeland, so I'm gonna follow Thorin up to the tip of the ship and look out.
Easy enough. That being said, so you two are going there, and Groswarl, what about you?
She's gonna do the same thing. She was just gonna be staring at the land the whole time anyway.
You got it. So you guys begin to march forth. You guys can drag your characters and whatnot. As you begin to march towards that the front portion of the ship, you look out and you see as a couple of Velkin sailors are looking out towards this sort of never-ending expanse. That being said, you'll see as they begin to look over towards you. You see that out there? The little fog about. The mist all from over yonder. Seems that we're going to be heading straight towards it. Probably need to go let the captain know. That being said, and you'll see as they're sort of conversing about this, you three will begin to immediately emerge right beside them as they begin to look over and say, "Hi." You'll sort of nod. Any assistance or help?
I turn to the one on the left and I'm like, brother, do you know how much longer this journey will be?
Not too far, or not too long, I imagine, but, probably just, about 3-4 hours. Probably not any more than that, but
okay.
That's overselling it.
That's not too bad, that's not too bad. I look off the like front bow of the ship and I see the mists and I'm like, I saw the land a bit ago, but now the mists, is that anything to be worried about?
Possibly, but nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about, especially in your regards, brother. We're trained warriors, remember. Fit to handle these sort of situations and whatnot. But we're not stupid. We're gonna here. I'm going to go or get the captain's attention, sort of make sure he's aware of everything, just in case.
I think that's not a bad idea.
That being said, alright, you'll see as this individual begins to slowly sort of nod and then begins to make his way downstairs. That being said, as you guys are all sort of conversing, you see as the tiefling woman beside you sort of begins to slowly stand up and stop clutching that of their holy symbol. Make a perception check, Thorin, and as you are the closest one there.
Perception check.
Yep.
Okay.
Perception. 8. That's not that bad. From what you can tell, you see a symbol of the god of horizons in Krufix. That being said, or is anything you three are doing at the moment? You see as like sort of the blink dog is just sort of waiting. He's like you can tell he's sort of like scouring the area. He is scouting out looking for the pigeon from earlier. He is on the watch.
I'm gonna kneel down next to him and start petting him and be like, "It's okay, it's okay, boy. Not too much longer."
And he just begins to bark and then just blinks off to the side. You see as he just blinks on top of this little anchor over here. He's not like growling towards you, he's sort of growling towards the sky. Like looking around. Alright. So, that being said, we'll see as this individual begin to speak. So, all of you seem to be well-fit warriors. You Vulcan, or you're from not from here?
I think it's a little plain to see with me. I'm hard to be from the valley or the expanse if you look like this.
Yeah, you're from the expanse, you'd probably burn alive.
Aye.
And what about you two?
I'm not from around here.
That makes sense. Fair enough. If I could ask where from, if you don't mind me asking. If not, it's more than fine.
Not really from anywhere, just travel a lot.
I see. What about you, American?
I was born in these snows.
I see. Like I said, myself, I'm from the Hunters clan. That of Nylia's, that receives her blessing for the hunt and such. Yeah, so I gotta tell kind of from your sort of disposition, you are one of them Iron Bellows.
I was sent upon this ship to make sure everything was running smoothly. My father's an engineer. He's a forgeman for the clan. I came to oversee that all was working well.
Wait, I'll make a actually, yeah, he'll make a history check. See if he knows you. Probably not. It's not bad. You said you said that your father was a blacksmith? You said that to him?
Aye,
Or no?
blacksmith and engineer. Yep.
So, as long as your father isn't the head of the clan or something, is he? That'd be funny. I actually got a couple of our sort of weapons and stuff commissioned by the Iron Bellows not too long ago.
Alright.
Wouldn't that be coincidence?
It's quite likely that some of those were made by me, but no, my father's not the head of the clan, but he's a high-ranking smith and high-ranking engineer.
No shit. Serves me well for a long time. Long time.
Good. It's always nice to hear that our weapons end up in the right hands and last for as much work as we put into them.
That being said, Groswar, you do actually overhear off to the side while this conversation is sort of happening. You do overhear as two individuals are, they're talking very, very loudly in the sense of you can kind of overhear their conversation. They're not being real subtle about it. You hear as they're beginning to say, I know that, but we need to travel to the Asia Taiga to make sure we document exactly where these lands are. Then we can finally begin to, for sure, mark down where the Oculi clan of the other Yimu are. Yes, I know, Leosa, but we need to make sure that we are going about it in a safe and dedicated manner. We don't want the sort of the others to sort of find or sort of, how you say, the starred ones from gathering our attention and whatnot, right? That being said, first, we'll make a little bit of our way to that of Targos, and then finally we'll be able to make our way towards that of the Astral King and his domain. Sound good? Yes, fine. But that being said, we need to make sure that we are doing this in a safe manner. Have you made all the precautions? You worry too much. It'll be alright. Groswell, you just sort of hear that sort of conversation off in the background. That's sort of happening.
Groswell just walks over to them and says, hello.
Alright, easy enough. You just make yourself a bit. You just walk on over. You'll see as this individual begins to, as he has a sort of calm and composed manner, he'll just be like, oh goodness. Sorry, my apologies. Hello. How's it going?
It sounds like you're going into the wilderness. Have you traveled there before?
Yeah, no, we haven't. You see as he's getting ready to say, yeah, we have, he just bails out.
I am a guide and have guided many people through the Outlands where I grew up and live, and if you need a ranger or a scout of any sort, I am happy to escort you for an appropriate fee depending on where you're going.
Well, I mean, we're a little bit sort of strapped for a coin. We'll definitely accept, thank you. You see, she speaks up for him. And you see, getting a little better or a better look at them, you see two individuals. A man who seems to be humanoid, apparently, who also has a strange sort of eye patch upon them. You also see below the eye patch, it seems to glow with that of a sort of strange coloring to it. You see as he's dressed pretty fairly, or pretty similarly for like that of the weather. Not exactly towards that of the Vulcan, so you can probably guess that he maybe isn't from here, but you're not entirely sure from where. But you also see beside him is a female gnome off to the side who has multiple sort of books and other sort of papers as she's sort of scrolling it down and writing a handful of certain things. Not necessarily like from what you're talking about, but just in general, you know? That being said, actually, Groswell, make a, would be a history check for me.
What do I have for history? Let's find out.
Oh man, 9. Nah, probably. Yeah, probably not. The eye patch is sort of giving you sort of it's not strange vibes. It's just interesting vibes and whatnot, like what's happening behind there. But not entirely sort of able to put your sort of mark on it, like what that could possibly be. That being said, go ahead.
Would I, out of character, would I know the place that they're talking about going, or the clan or whatever they said?
Oh, most definitely. Oh, definitely. So for the clan, not entirely. For the places, yeah, like you being a part of the Asia Taiga, you've heard multiple of the towns and whatnot. You're very, very well versed in those type of things and where to go, how to get there.
Okay, cool. Roswell looks at them and says, I'm happy to take you, but what skills do you have?
Well, myself, I'm a bard, or me and Leosa. We're bards of the College of Lore, specifically. We typically sort of inscribe a couple of things and whatnot, but quite recently I'm trying to sort of gain or join that of the College of Chronicles. It's a new one, only sort of from that of the Azure Taiga, specifically in the Astral King's domain. You've heard of the king, I'm sure. Right?
Out of character, I'm assuming that she has, right?
Yeah, you have. I'll tell you what. So you know the Astral King, is essentially, well, here, I'll tell you what, make another history check, let's see exactly how much you know, but you do know at least a little bit, the basics, right? 12, and you know enough. So you know the Astral King, so compared to, well, actually, no, you've only been in the Azure Taiga pretty much almost all of your life, if I remember correctly. So,
yes.
You know that for the Vulcan and the Azure Taiga, there isn't really like a strong sort of, how you say, political structure on who rules or anything like that. It seems to be there are just multiple different clans and whatnot, and tribes as well, and there's like a sort of tribe leader or chieftain, and they all seem to sort of answer to that of the Astral King. The Astral King is a Minotaur, from what you know, and he seems to be a worshipper of Kuranos, the Stormfather, and whatnot. Reason why he got his name, you're not entirely sure with the 12. The Stormfather being Kuranos, I'm going to refer to him as that, as a lot of people in the Vulcan or whatever refer to him as that. He is the god of the storms, as you can tell. Alright. That being said, is there anything you ask them? Or you see as he's just sort of waiting. You've heard of the Astral King, right?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I got my notes and stuff all wrong. Yes, as you can see, we're not really from here and such, so a guide would be very, very helpful. How much exactly do you charge?
Asking me all the questions that my character would absolutely know, but that I have no idea what would be appropriate.
Hey, just come up with a thing. You never know. Oh man.
How long would the journey? Like, how many days would the journey be?
From here to where you're going, it would probably be. So here's the thing. Well, here, no, I'll save that for later. So it'll probably be like maybe about 12 to 18 hours of travel. That's about it. Depending on, it really depends on, like, it depends on a lot of factors here. Like, you know, all of these, like, hey, do you have a set of snow dogs or whatever or sleds and whatnot to or travel forward? Do you have dinosaurs and whatnot to sort of lead the charge and whatnot? All these other things. Like, there's a lot of factors here. It depends. Are you walking or yeah. So just by like walking, it would take you probably like upwards to maybe 25 to 30 hours. If you've got like a vehicle of some sorts, probably like 12 to 18.
Okay, cool.
And yes, I said dinosaurs. We do have dinosaurs here. That is the thing.
Oh, I'm familiar with that.
Oh, man.
Okay, cool. So she will say 10 gold.
10 gold? That's not bad. I think we can manage that. Thank you again. And what was your name exactly? Come again? Hold on, I think the sort of sails are sort of getting in the way. Here, step over here for a moment, and you'll see as he sort of walk over here and then just sort of motion you forward.
And she gestures as she says this.
Can I call you? Is it okay if I call you Groz for short?
That's not my name, but just Groz is good. Just Groz.
We'll work on it. And that being said, well, that's whole interactions happening over here. Meanwhile, Thorin and Bjorn, what are you guys doing over off to the side?
I'm just leaning back on the on the wood of the ship, just looking longingly for the land.
Alright. Easy enough. That being said, as you begin to look towards it, look towards that of the mist. Bjorn, what are you also doing? What are you doing as well?
I'm leaning over the side of the ship and I'm watching the flamethrowers, and I'm kind of like inspecting them carefully, making sure that they're like working properly.
Make a perception check, or I guess an investigation check. It's really your choice.
Okay.
10. From what you can tell, they seem to be working fairly well. The flamethrowers seem to be in that prime condition. It seems to be the further you guys are traveling, they're having a little bit more trouble of melting that of the ice. But just to also explain it, so the entire area around you, again, it is completely frozen over. This is literally the flamethrowers going at work, melting the ice, and then you guys sailing forward ever so slowly. It is a very, very, very slow process, but again, like I said earlier, it's better than walking and a lot safer than going amongst that the snows and the tundra. So, but they seem, all in all, they seem pretty functional and well. Probably need repairs soon, but they should last the journey for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, I kind of like mumble to myself and like, seem to be working fine. It's no issues. They're under some strain, but nothing a little oil can't fix when we get back.
That being said, as you two are doing that and such, you will see as, oh boy, return our focus back towards that of down below the decks to the gambling hall once more. All right. Anthrax.
Were those?
Or go ahead.
I'm sorry. Were those dice there, or did he bring them to the table?
So those dice, from what you can tell, hold on, let me check my notes. He brought those to the table. It seems to be that he forgot them.
I'm gonna pick them up and pocket them.
You got it. All right. That being said, what are you three all doing off to the side? You look around and you see a handful of individuals about. You see as there is 2 individuals who seem to be in front of that of a sort of a roulette sort of table and just sort of conversing. They seem to be very, very friendly with one another and just sort of talking about, but a bearkin, specifically that of a panda with dreaded hair, as well as that of a larger sort of individual in an extravagant attire as well. You also see oh yeah, I almost forgot about you. You also see a axolotl, or in that of a heated, I'm talking heated battle between that of a Vulcan sailor, as they are literally gripped with arms and clasping hands as they're in the middle of an arm wrestling competition at the moment. And funny enough, the axolotl is winning. You see that off to the side, but you lastly also see down below, you see a smaller sort of owl folk who seems to be very, very adorable in size, as they have a set of tarot cards laid out. I saw Ben Ross' face, I was waiting for it. Oh man. Well, you see as they have a set of tarot cards laid out. Alright. That being said, you may converse with any of one, or you can converse amongst yourselves. Choice is yours.
Pyre probably never have seen an axolotl or an owl folk at this point. Is probably like taking notes in his journals, like just kind of like documenting and like making sketches.
Easy enough, easy enough. That being said,
How sneakily could I go behind your names? Hold on, give me a second. Pyre, how quickly could I go near and or behind Pyre with my mug? The backpack is already on my back, along with the gold pieces. It's all gone, except for the 3 that I left near Dark's foot. How quickly can I sneak behind Pyre while eating my ice cream or the remnants of it?
well, I'll tell you what, make a stealth check and let's find out. Alright, Let's see.
I'll just place myself right here. And
Empire, what's your passive perception as well? 25.
Not gonna detect a 25.
Yeah, not even close. Yeah, Pyre, you are involved with writing down, and as you're observing that of the owl folk and the axolotl, yeah, you could immediately just sort of slink on behind that of Pyre. You seem to be hidden, or you think you are.
By the way, it's just a simple journal. There's nothing else in it except like notes of like other things that I've came with and like understood as I've been researching.
Yeah.
So there's. Say that again. Oh, it's okay. So it's like there's just different notes of like different languages and stuff. Just kind of dispersed throughout the journal, but it's like sketches of the axolotl and like remarkable creature I've never seen before, and kind of like interesting. It's been a while since I've seen an owl folk or something similar.
the moment you get up, you will feel at the back of your foot a very small person will look right up at you, thinking you are the most interesting person in the room.
I'm assuming like Pyra has to look down. I don't know how tall you are.
Yeah, she's.
I am 3 feet.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
am 3 foot tall. I am the
think-
size of a toddler.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, hi. Pyre just kind of like slowly walks away, trying not to like accidentally kick you or anything, trying to get out from like behind the chair.
And she follows. As she follows, she's going to look. Tail swishes a little bit, and a piece of gold flies out, landing perfectly on the table.
Okay.
Oh man, easy enough.
He's
Also,
probably
Chad, I
just
know
going
the,
around
thing
like just
is
kind
messed
of
up.
like
it changes
just kind
whenever
of, like,
they
seeing
turn their
things
cameras
and
off.
just kind
So
of
don't worry
taking
about
notes.
it. You're fine.
Is there anything going on the table or on the map above Amtrak right now that
From what you can tell, nah, not really. It seems to be they're just sort of conversing. Now, granted, the map shows that there's like tons and tons of cards and gold
Yeah.
everywhere. That's not actually accurate, you know. They're about, you know. They're just sort of hanging about, talking, all that sort of stuff.
and the Bearkin and I assume Goliath?
Oh, nah, human.
Is okay. So it's a roulette table.
Yep, roulette.
Okay. So
You begin
I
to
suppose
approach.
yes.
You look over and you see as the individual beside, specifically the human of sorts, you'll see as he begins to say, "Don't worry, Zephyr. We'll carry on our conversation afterwards. Hello, young traveler. Would you like to play in a little bit of roulette?"
No, I wouldn't mind trying my hand at this new form of gambling to me.
Fair enough. Don't worry, we'll talk later. You'll see as the bearkin will begin to just sort of pat on this grand individual on the back and begin to head forth down below, or excuse me, down upwards, towards the top of the ship. Whoops, I don't know why I did that one. Wrong button. There we go. So, it's very, very simple, friend. All you have to do is simply just call out a number, or roll to see exactly if it lands onto that of, or if the ball lands onto it, and we'll see if you'll be able to make your money back, or even be able to make a little bit more. That being said, specifically out of game, here's how you play. Anth, you have to. Let me go find it. Where is it? And where the heck is it? Alright, I believe it is this way. Yeah, so all you need to do is you need to, out of a d20, you need to pick a number, out of a d20, obviously. If I roll that number, you will win a fat stack of coins, my friend. Very, very risky,
Right.
but reward, whew. You also need to pick that of an even or an odd number as well. This will dictate whether you're at least able to make a little bit of money back, but not much.
Yeah. Okay. So. I'd
Or
like
excuse
to
me, hold on, I
go
got that. Excuse me, I got that wrong. So you bet even or odd, and you also bet how much gold you're putting forth, correct?
Yeah.
If you roll that, or if you roll an even, then you essentially make your money back. If you roll an odd, you lose money. If you roll a d20 and I roll the exact same number, you gain 4 to 5 times the amount of money that you bet.
Yeah, okay. That sounds interesting. I think and would just go on and I'd like to go with number 15.
15. Fair enough, fair enough. Let us see if luck is on your side. We'll see as we begin to immediately throw that or launch that of the ball as it begins to spin and spin and spin. Rolling your d20. 6. Ooh, that is unlucky, my friend.
Can I try to use minor illusion to alter this outcome?
I'll say this, cast a spell. This is gonna be a sleight of hand check. It will be. He's kind of looking towards the ball. Not everybody is necessarily paying attention. Yeah, sleight of hand check, straight roll, no disadvantage. 22. All right, let's see. Does he have anything? He has a little bit, but not much.
Oh,
no!
and I thought I rolled good.
Buddy, that is that is something. You'll see as he sees. You'll see as he begins to look over towards you, casting the spell, and he's like, "Oh, you don't need to do any magic or anything for that. Don't worry, it's magic proof." And he'll sort of knock it down or knock onto the thing. You haven't been the first one to try that, but I always like to see them when they try.
It's completely accidental. I didn't mean to.
Make a deception check. That is unfortunate. 22. Alright, is he gonna roll like a god again? Let's find out. Straight roll. Oh wait, no, it's just
like I said, you know.
He says
accidental minor.
Oh, it's okay, you know, sometimes you just accidentally weave a spell and everything, and it all, you know, magic is weird and all that stuff. No worries at all. He is very gullible.
Yes, I think this is not the game for me. Goodbye.
Alright, you continue forth. Where do you guys head next?
I'm not sure. I think I'd be interested in heading onto the deck or upstairs.
Easy enough. If you want to, you can just walk past the gentleman and you can walk upstairs.
But here, I said, yeah.
Alright. You guys all see as Anth begins to walk upstairs, and it seems that Pyre and Lika, you all begin to follow. As you begin to do so, you're walking up the stairs and you just hear a sort of door begin to open forth. But you begin to immediately walk up and you appear off to the side. Alright, let's go drag your tokens over here as we return back on deck. Alright, so you, all three of you, appear... Oh wait, hold on, I think I got a issue here. Right. Alright, here, I guess I'll drag your tokens. Boop. Boop. And boop. It'll adjust your character token sizes in a moment, but here you go. So you guys eventually emerge out, and as you do, you walk out and see a handful of individuals, or a majority of them sort of just conversing and whatnot. You also do see as, where the heck did they go? Oh, can I track them? Wait, what? Give me 2 seconds. Trying to, there we go. You do see as the bearkin from earlier sort of just walking about, and they seem to be just sort of minding their own business. And just sort of conversing with that of a fellow sailor at the moment, off over here. That being said, oh good.
Is Trillian up on deck?
Is Talion on deck? He is. I'm trying to grab his token.
Sorry.
There we go. You see he's not an initiative, there we go. You see as he's just sort of standing about, he's just sort of conversing with that of the person sort of sailing at the moment. Hi, Pyre. Pleasure.
He pulls out your dice, say, "Next time, make sure they're not magical," and just walks away.
You'll see as he just goes and like. And he just sort of pockets them and such. Keen eyes, and continues talking. Smooth. There you go. That being said, the map is open. You guys may do as you wish.
I will completely ignore Anthrax and see the very tall bear kid, or bear person, large bear on the other side of the deck, and immediately whipping the ice cream that she has now finished, look at the mug, go, sticky residue, but that's okay, and she will sneak it into her backpack, and then go dashing towards where she sees this very tall, very furry creature as well, and say hello.
All right, so you wait. Hold on, real quick. So you dash across the ship. All right. Well, one moment, please. Hey, Lika. I will say this is akin. Yeah, make a dexterity saving throw real quick. I'll explain why in a moment.
Sure.
I'll explain why in a moment.
Okay.
Should we start grabbing life rings now?
Oh no! So, Lika, you immediately begin to dash forward. You're rushing and rushing and rushing, and then almost like you just see a small little surge of purple and a flash. And wham! You just see as this sort of strange, smaller blink dog begins to immediately sort of pounce onto you and just starts immediately licking your face, just surging with electricity as he sees another excitable friend. You see as he begins to, as you sort of swat him away, you see as he just jumps off and then just begins to look towards each and every one of you. Bjorn and Thorn, you see as the blink dog is just gone, and he peers off to the other side of the ship.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna be like, "Oh goodness, boy, what are you doing?" Oh, and then I turn to Groswell and I was like, I say, "You've found yourself a pet too, huh? Where did that one come from?"
Groswell will just over there.
Oh, okay.
Android would be interested in this dog-looking creature too.
He's just looking at you, just panting.
Just saying, like, that's an odd creature. I haven't seen one of your kind before.
Oh, actually, I guess I should probably show the full art for him. Here. This was done by Finn not too long ago. Let me see if I can find it.
The token looks familiar.
Yeah, you've probably seen it in the Discord a couple of times. But here's what he looks like.
Oh, the little flip.
Adorable.
Yeah. But yeah. So shout out to Finn for drawing that. Oh man. But yeah. So what are you doing with them, the dog and?
I try to just pet it and maybe have it be a friendly creature to me.
All right, make an animal handling check. Let's go. Let's get this rolling. Come on. 8.
Oh, oops.
Oh no, we always take the first roll no matter what. So an 8.
Yeah.
You see as you begin to he looks out of your hand, it shocks you for a brief moment in time, and then immediately just sort of dashes off to the next person. You see as he looks over to the person with flaming hair. Granted, I know your hair doesn't look exactly like the one in the token, but you do see as he begins to walk towards you, Pyre, and what you do is you just see as he's sort of staring at you.
I'd probably kneel down with my book and I'm still like sketching. Pyre probably hasn't spent a lot of time outside of his hometown, so he's like seeing things like, oh, interesting, and he's like writing notes down in multiple languages as he knows them, and then just kind of like documenting and kind of like drawing sketches in the book of like, oh, hey, and then he like probably tries to reach out and like pet Zappy.
You got it. All right. To pet Zappy, make an animal handling check. Let's see who's gonna be able to do it. Bjorn is the lead. Oh my god, this dog is fickle. Once he has
Smack the dog accidentally.
once he
Fire
knows who
guys.
he likes, he knows who he likes. You just try to you try to pet the dog, and then you almost sort of accident. It's a weird sort of interaction between lightning and fire for a brief moment, and you see he begins to immediately sort of jump back for a brief moment, and he's just like, and then he just immediately just shakes it off, and he just starts panting again, and then just zaps over to the other side. He gets over really, really fast.
Yeah. And I mean, Pyre just in general, because like he's seen humans before, but as he's seeing like all the different races, he's like just documenting everything.
Easy enough. That being said, as you guys are as you're finally able to get up, what are you doing at the moment, or trying to do?
I will look at the person who was potentially calling me a pet, while also looking
Yes, thank you.
disgustedly at looking disgustedly at the blink dog that is probably a little bit taller than me. And I'll go,
Kinda, yeah. You guys are like pretty on par with height.
I'm picturing right now in my head like a little Pomeranian mixed with
Yeah.
corgi, which would be like how tall I'd be, versus like a husky. That's kind of like, that's how I'm looking at it right now in my head in terms of distance. I will casually, while avoiding that dog, casually walk up next 10 feet to get in range right here to the very, very tall bear person and the strange human person with the eye patch. And just say, hello.
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 Hi.
Hi. I've never seen someone like you before. You're really, really tall.
I'm a bear.
You're kind of a bear. You have a tail, though.
You're like a very small, brightly colored bear, I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty brightly colored. Yeah. Is that your dog? Or, oh, never mind.
Nope.
Seems very friendly. Is it okay if I hide behind you? You seem like the tallest person here.
Oh.
Would you like to sit on my shoulder instead?
I didn't want to ask because I thought it would be inappropriate and rude, but could I?
Lots of people like to be tall, and then Griswold just picks her up and like puts her on her shoulder.
Oh man, you got it. You begin to place that of Lika on top of your shoulders. And Lika, you are the tallest you've ever felt in a long while. You can see, or you almost stand, yeah, pretty much taller than almost anybody on the entire ship.
So wherever you've placed me, Lika will just kind of dangle her feet on the one shoulder while gently like trying not to pull on your hair. Up around your neck, you feel like little tiny fingers, very gently trying not to pull on anything, but somehow like, you feel warm too. I mean, you're already warm, but it feels even warmer. Of like a heat pack on your shoulders as she's
Aw.
looking around and going, "This is so cool. Is it okay if I stay with you a little while?"
Yep, that's fine.
I'm Lika. What's your name?
I'm Aurora.
I call you Grazi.
That's not my name, but if
Okay.
just try Graz. Yes, that's good enough. Thank you for trying.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's where she will sit for a little while.
Easy enough. As you do, give me 1 second. I gotta fix the overlay for 2 moments. because for some reason Sammy's just decided to explode for one moment. We're just gonna resize this live. Give me 2 seconds.
We're doing it live, people.
We're doing it live. Hold up. Let me set this. Boom. And I think we're gonna be good. Oop.
I mean, I just noticed we have
Production
2 natural ones in a row. So, who wants to bet the next one's gonna be a natural 1?
Either this campaign's
Or 20.
cursed, or you guys are gonna get a mean luck streak somewhere down the line.
I'm betting on the curse then.
Campaign's cursed. All right,
We can
I think
only
you
be
should good.
positively surprised.
All right, there we go. We got everything set up. Ooh, all right, sorry about that. So, that being said, as this is all happening, oh goodness, real quick, Thorn, is there anything you're doing? You still just sort of watching out towards that of the sea? Making
Just
sure.
watching for the land. Still watching for.
Gotcha. Well, as you are as you are. Oh, good. There's some.
As Graz and Lika like finish talking, I'm like staring wide-eyed at this small creature I've never seen before that I just called a pet, and I'm kind of mumbled to myself. I'm like, it talks.
You just see as the dog just sort of looks over to you, Bjorn, and just sort of barks. That.
Kneel down. I'm like, okay, it's okay, boy, it's okay.
Easy enough. You sort of calm him. You see as you look towards him, but you're able to calm him to sort of prevent him from doing it. But you look towards Zap, and he seems as if he's contemplating whether he wants to teleport on top of Grosroll's other shoulder and start. But you're able to sort of stop him for a brief moment as he's looking up. Oh man. That being said, as all of this is happening, Anth, are you doing anything at the moment?
Yeah, I was going to say that would be going to the Velkin sailor here and asking like, can you guide me to anyone who could tell me a little more details about the place we are going to be landing at?
Oh, so we're going to be, I can tell you that, sir. We're going to be landing, I believe, towards the city of Bremen, if I believe so, but that's going to be our first stop, if I'm correct. Should be only a couple of hours out. Tell you the details, are you looking for a map of something like that?
Well, I wouldn't mind one, but I suppose I just want to know something more about the place. And of course, I'm happy to know that it's only going to be a couple hours, so I don't need to be worried about making enemies on this ship.
That is true, but do know if you're, and also one thing to know, Ant, that you would actually know. So maps are very, very valuable in Voden in general, because obviously with the lands not being not too many people knowing. Granted, over this sort of past couple years, everybody's grown accustomed to the world kinda as much as you really can, but they have to sort of document and sort of cartographers basically are very, very powerful and useful people, as their maps sell for lots and lots and lots of money, meaning a map would be very, very expensive. Because maps are typically only drawn of, the Azure Taiga, because not many people can travel to the other places. It's very, very rare if someone is able to do so, you know?
Yeah.
So you do see as the Velkin sailor looks at you and it's just kind of oh, this guy has a lot of money, sort of deal.
Yeah.
That being said, if you're looking for a map, I could probably ask the captain and such to see if he has an extra one that he's willing to part with for money. But I can see what I can do.
I'd like to see the captain. Yeah.
Well, funny as you mentioned that. Oh boy. One moment, please. So, one moment, and almost done. Give me 2 seconds. So, you hear, or as you begin to sort of mention that, I want to talk to the captain. Funny enough, almost with comedic timing, you do hear as a couple of, or as a door begins to fly open, and you all glance over, and each and every single one of the other soldiers begin to glance over. As they see exiting out, you find a man who seems to be sauntering with a little bit of a paralyzing aura about him. An aura of power. You see as almost all the sailors aboard immediately nearly freeze up. And as they do, you see as some of them begin to say, Captain, Captain, and immediately right themselves and go to their places, or go to their place with their weapons across their chest before raising it to the sky, to arms out of respect, before placing it down or to their sides to make sure it doesn't get in the way of anything. You see as those not paying attention are immediately slapped across the back of the head, and within mere seconds of noticing who this is, they nearly piss themselves in fear of not noticing. They're sort of saying, "Fuck are you doing? That's Captain Dre Axel. Right yourself, man." You see, stepping out, this individual. A blue-scaled, dragonborn man who seems to be clad in this sort of strange armor with a circular shield upon his back and an axe and a sword, each in one hand. You see as the sword begins to get sheathed, and as it does, you see as he begins to take out that of a flask before taking a simple swig from it. As you all see this individual. Let me show you his art. Axel. Boom, and here you go.
Very cool.
Boy.
Yeah.
Seeing this, and would just say to the Welkin soldier or sailor, I said I want to see the captain. I've seen him, and that's enough for me.
That being said, you see as the individual continues to sort of saunter about, and as they do, I gotta give permission for, this will be weird. I'm deeming on like 2 screens, so this is freaking a weird, different experience for me. But you see as he begins to march forth towards that of the center of the ship, begins to yell out, well, not yell out, but you see as a couple of the other Vulcan sailors begin to almost align themselves, getting into that of order and sort of stop, sort of, to put it lightly, dicking around and whatnot, and get back to their actual positions and jobs. As they begin to do so, you see as several of them begin to immediately go to that of arms with him. And you see as he says, or as you get a little bit of a better look towards him, you see as his scales that are blue, they seem to be a little bit more augmented in some sort of way. They seem to be more of, it seems to be more of the cold itself, and the frost being from the taiga or from him being here so long, has turned his scales from that of a white to kind of like a light blue sort of thing. You see as he's scarred to hell, but he stands proud and powerful, and no one dares take their eyes off of him as he comes about smoking a cigarette. As he puts the flask down, you see as he takes the cigarette before tossing it overboard and begins to speak. Oh boy. Sammy, you may have heard this voice before.
I was wondering.
Hey, all you, listen up. Passengers included. As you probably noticed, we're all about to begin sailing into the fog, at least as it's been brought to my attention. Into the fog and, well, all the looming mist. Goes without saying that they're dangerous, and our vision will be obscured, so everyone needs to be prepared. There be no doubt that there will be denizens residing in it. Probably even the likes of the corruption. And you see as he mentions the corruption, almost all the everyone amongst the ship begins to shudder and tense up in fear for a brief moment. All but the warriors amongst the ship. These clearly being the true Vulcan of Voden. Everyone, make a history check for me real quick. Oh man. Alright, let's see what we got here. So 4, 3, 18, 16, 7. Those who rolled a 10 or higher. Or actually, those who rolled an 8 or higher. You know, out of the 3 civilizations, though all of them deal with the corruption in their own unique way, the way the Velkin, well, specifically the Velkins are the only one who are actively trying to purge the corruption by heading first into the corruption for the sake of fighting and dying in glorious combats. They do not shy away from it in the slightest. They bring the fight to them. Those of you who rolled a 14 or higher, you know that typically the Vulcan warriors pledge to one of the many gods of the Pantheon, before doing so to have a higher chance of being picked up by one of the gods' battle maidens, or Valkyries, if you will, to possibly get a chance to be taken to the warrior's realm, or Valhalla, as some may refer to. Though a handful of these individuals are mostly Vulcan, it seems to be a lot of the travelers or the people on this ship, besides a handful of them, seem to be from differing lands, not of this sort of usual tradition. You see as the captain, however, begins to continue forth, and continues explaining. I'll be honest, we ain't got a choice in the matter. By the ice, not much more to places to sail anyways. Among other circumstances, we just raise our sails and wait for it to pass. However, we got shipments to make to powerful people on this ship. Thing is, can't sail around it either. Cause it ain't in the full-on ocean anymore. We only got a straight shot up the rivers to traverse. That being said, we've dealt with our fair share of troubles on the seas and we're confident. However, we ain't stupid, I'll tell you that much. We'll need anyone and everyone who is capable of fighting and doing their part, and all of our warriors will be doing the same. Whether it be just helping the sailors maintain the ship, or actively looking for any dangers, the point is we need all hands on deck, and anybody available just in case. If you ain't a combatant, stay below the deck. That being said, anyone a fighter, I ain't know about yet. You see, as several individuals begin to raise that of their hands, begin to step forth, you see specifically the bearkin panda, as referred to or known as Zephyr, begins to stand up. You see as several individuals sort of approaching from below the decks begin to stand up as well. Begin to head up. You see as the strange sort of axolotl figure, as well as the other sort of, or a bigger sort of humanoid, dressed in sort of extravagant clothing, seems to sort of raise their hand. You see as the owl folk begins to sort of stick back and begins to sort of stick to that of the shadows, not sort of stepping forth. They don't seem to be that of a combatant, but just a simple fortune teller. As every one of these other individuals begin to step up, the oculi included, as well as the other gnomes as well. What do you all do?
We'll
Graz
look over.
raises her hand. You go first.
No, go ahead.
Graz raises her arm that the Ringtail is not armed and steps forward to fight.
Enough.
Ringtail will stay on your shoulder while also looking over towards Anthrax, cocking her head a little bit, going like, "Is that okay?" And the ear kind of swings back a little bit, out of curiosity and waiting. I can't quite hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Hold on one second.
muted. Yeah, you just see a thumbs up on the other side of the deck.
And
Yeah, I slowly raise my hand.
the Ringtail on your shoulder will not raise her hand, but she will just go with you.
You guys may or move your character tokens to the center then, if you are participating.
As both my traveling companions has raised their hand, the pirate just kind of looks around and goes, eh, and joins in with them.
Enough.
Oren will just half-heartedly put his hand halfway up and just walk towards it.
You know. You see as the blink dog begins to sort of he's just sort of sniffing and looking down, not really paying too much attention, but he begins to follow each and every last one of you. Just sort of sniffing your trail and walking forth until he just sort of bumps into Groswallow's leg.
Andrax was just wondering if he should join and seeing. I mean, Javier Balanchin or Javier or whatever you call his name actually, but he sees that the roulette table man is here and he would like to know him better, so he joins in.
Easy enough. And that is, for the captain's name, I don't know if I wrote that down for you guys, but it is Dray Axel. So D-R-A-Y-A-X-L-E. Boop. And boom. I don't know if that said or came through, but I think it did. I'm gonna try that again.
What's the ship's name?
The ship's name, you don't know at the moment. But the ship captain's name is Dray Axel. That being said, as you all begin to gather forth and such, you'll see as Captain Dray Axel will begin to look towards each and every one of you. Powerful lot. But that being said, if that's everyone, prepare yourselves and weapons just in case. Shouldn't be in the mist for too long, as once we get settled, I'm firing the jets up and sending us through this thing. Be ready to receive orders. That being said, you'll see as the captain begins to conjure and summon forth out of an icy sword of this, and begins to summon it towards his side, one hand up or on top of the hilt just in case. You see as he begins to take another swig out of his flask before heading into the captain's quarters once more to prepare for anything and everything. As he begins to do so, you see as a couple of the Velkin sailors begin to yell out and immediately begin to assume that a position or positions, sort of barking orders. As everybody is sort of preparing themselves, what are you all doing? You see as... Go ahead.
The tail is swishing a little bit, and she's gonna climb down from the tall person and away from the blank dog in front of here. Just wait.
See it, no. You see as the blink dog is just sort of looking at you between Groswallow's legs. Trying. Fish, were you saying
Pyre's
something?
probably gonna, to prep before going into the mist, he's probably gonna cast mage armor on himself.
Alrighty. You begin to conjure that of the spell, and as you do so, you watch as sort of an arcane, almost barrier that looks to be almost sort of transparent in armor begins to adorn amongst yourself. It glows with that of, I assume, a reddish, sort of orangish coloring.
Yeah, it's probably just like a shimmer that's added to the stuff he has on.
Easy enough. Is there any other preparations that anybody else does just in case?
Foreign just looks at fire and just says, "Now that's useful."
And we'll just go to Lika and say, you should probably do what you do best and grant the bardic inspiration.
Got it. Alright, first thing. So, as you, Anthrax, as you begin to use your bardic inspiration, you have multiple ways of doing it. Is you telling her or giving her inspiring sort of words, that's the way you're inspiring her right now?
Yeah.
Gotcha. As you begin to do so, actually, funny enough, cast the spell, or cast the ability on Foundry, all you gotta do is just target them, and I think it should do a little animation and whatnot. Yeah, in order to target people, all you have to do is just hover over their token, you press the T key on your keyboard, and you'll see like a little targeting icon pop up. And then if you just hit the ability, then you'll see it. Sometimes an animation will play, not for all of them, but for a majority of them. But, that being said, if there aren't any other sort of preparations, You all begin to ready yourselves with a moment's notice.
I've got a question.
Yes, go for it.
Do I just change the armor class manually, or do I? Okay.
That being said, you need me to do it for you. It's 13 plus your dex modifier, right? Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That being said, let's do this. So, as you all begin to ready yourselves, gathering the little bit of preparations that you need, one by one, you begin to feel a sort of chilling, sort of freezing to your bones as you watch as a fog begins to swarm you from all sides. As you slowly but surely begin to enter into that of the mist. As you begin to do so, one moment. Oh boy.
I've got a question while you're doing this.
Gotcha.
Could we have gotten a short rest between then and now?
Yeah, I'll allow that, yeah. You didn't really do anything crazy.
Cool.
Oh boy, yep, you should see the map changing ever so slightly. You see as you begin to, or as you feel this sort of chilling freezing to your bones, you watch the fog again swarms from all sides, and you see as your visions begin to slightly haze, and you hear as all begins to grow quiet. You only hear that of the water and the jets from below melting away the ice, and you hear as they begin to kick up and ramp up. And immediately, the silence is broken when you hear the captain and multiple sailors begin to yell out that of commands. Help for full sail! That being said, you'll see as immediately they will look towards just the nearest individual. You'll see as a random Velkin soldier begins to point towards or directly point towards you, and pointing towards that of Groswall. You seem to be strong. We need your help to lower for full sail. Come, gather. You begin to do so? Alright, easy enough. You see as this individual begins to call you over. Groswall, as you begin to rush over to help with that of full sail, you see as multiple other individuals are trying to pull this thing down, or release that of the sails upwards and out. I need you, Groswall, to make an athletics check for me. Let's see what you got. 11. Whew. Not the greatest, but you do have it. That being said, is that your final roll? Are you applying any other sort of abilities or inspiration points or anything like that?
I think I only have one inspiration point, so I don't think a 12 is going to make that much of a difference, so I'll just stick with this.
All right. That being said, you watch as you begin to pull or begin to use all of your bearkin strength and might to release that of the sails, and for a brief moment in time, you see as the sails begin to almost snap for a brief moment in time. It seems to be a little bit of shoddy working with that of the ship. You immediately begin to try to reach out and grab towards it as it snaps. However, you're struggling to use all of your strength to keep the sails from immediately just flying off of the entirety of the boat. That being said, it seems that Groswall seems to be is struggling a little bit. Is any one of you helping her and aiding her in this moment?
Yeah, I'm gonna run over there and I'm gonna help out.
Easy enough. How are you helping out? Are you just trying to grab forth or using any sort of spells, or what are you using to help Groswall in this situation?
I'm just trying to grab out and reach anything and help just fasten it down.
You got it. I'll say this, make a dexterity check or an athletics check, your choice.
All right. I'm gonna do...
All right, let's see. Not bad, 17, pretty good. You immediately have to sort of jump up for a little bit and use it for a little bit of leverage. You're able to jump and or grab that of the rope and tie it down, as you're able to immediately see as the full sail begins to drop down and the entire boat itself begins to pick up the pace and begins to soar even further. That is a success on your skill challenge. Good work, Bjorn, and good work, Groswall. You see, as this begins to happen, a couple of other sailors begin to look around and about, and you see as they're barking orders left and right. One other individual begins to yell out, "Need eyes on everything! Keep your eyes peeled and sharp!" That being said, I need one of you to make a perception check, just one, your choice. You can elect who you want to do so. That being said,
I
now decide. Just,
Mine's
I have
alright.
+5 on perception.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're definitely rolling perception, bro.
All right.
oh man, all right. That being said, Bjorn, you're a
I'll
little
make the
bit
check.
tied up at the moment, but you're sort of looking around and about, and you're trying to maintain everything. Make a perception check. Ooh, 23, not bad. So, as you begin to look around, you see as everywhere is, it's hard to see through that of the mist, but you're looking about for any and all sort of shapes, and your eyes are ever vigilant as you look around and you see, no, you hear something off in the distance. Something from afar. As you begin to do so, you see something begin to emerge from that of this strange sort of mist. Several sort of shapes and figures, but you're not entirely sure of like the exact sort of nature of them. Let's hope. You'll see as the Vulcan soldier begins to sort of say, make sure to let us know if you hear wherever, or you see wherever the heck that thing is coming from. Let's hope it isn't nothing that we can't get past. And you better pray to Thassa it ain't the Sea Leviathan. What are you doing? Or what are all of you guys doing at this brief moment in time as this is all sort of happening before you see as all the soldiers are beginning to immediately they're maintaining their cool and composure, but they seem to need help anywhere. What are you all doing to aid them in this sort of case and scenario? Let's start from the top. Thorn, what are you doing at the moment?
Okay, thing is, I haven't heard most of the explanation because I disconnected for a second. I don't know why.
Oh, I gotcha. So looking around and about, the mist has slowly sort of formed amongst you. You guys are having a little bit of trouble seeing or having that of your vision. You look towards and you see as there is there's this strange sort of shapes and figures as pointed out by Bjorn that seems to sort of unleash this weird strange growl. That being said, you see as everyone needs help pretty much everywhere. Thorn, how are you assisting any of the people on this ship to maintain their cool and also maintain that of the ship and make sure everything's okay? What are you doing?
Damn.
Oh man. If you want, we can come back to you. That's more than fine.
Yeah, sure.
You got it. All right. That being said, anybody else? Oh, what the heck? Just disconnect. There we go. That being said, Fish, or excuse me, that of Pyre, what are you doing as well? Also, you receive an inspiration point from chat. Where you see as all this is happening, what are you doing?
I don't know yet.
You got it. You got it. Oh, man.
Actually, since we're in kind of like an icy tundra, there's obviously ice being produced. If there's anyone like struggling with like any of the rigging that has frozen up, I'd probably go over there and use like produce flame and like start trying to melt the ice to try to let them basically pull rigging faster.
All right, easy enough. You have to sort of dash over off to the side, and you see as it's struggling a little bit, but as you use the produce flame, I'll tell you what, for this, I need you to make, or this would be a skill check, so make an Arcana check for me to manipulate that of the flames to continue, or to send it forth even further. 11. That being said, you're struggling a little bit, you're having a little bit of trouble aiming exactly where it should be. Is anybody assisting Pyre at the moment? As 11 will not cut it.
I will go over. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna ask if Bjorn and I are still like actively working with the rigging.
Oh yeah, you guys are kind of like holding this thing right now at the moment. This is all happening within the span of like several seconds of everything, sort of like everybody trying to get or do their part. That being said, Lika, you said you were trying to do something real quick.
I was going to go over to where Pyre is, and even though I'm not that strong, I can help with my sleight of hand, perhaps, and help him kind of tug his way over. If that makes sense, like help him direct a little bit better.
I'll say this. Rather than a sleight of hand, this would be more of a perception check to direct, like, hey, where is, you need to probably apply fire here at this specific location. So I'll say this, Lika, make a perception check for me and let's see what you got. Oh, 7. Unfortunate. You see, as you're trying, to point out exactly the different
I
locations.
have inspiration. Wait, can I add inspiration to that?
You can add inspiration, but remember, it is only a +1 to it.
Okay.
Ah, man. I don't know if an 8's gonna cut it with after 11 was not able to cut it for that of Pyre. That being said, you two are busy and trying to sort of manage that. That being said, Thorin and Anth, what are you guys doing over to the side?
Okay. So since everything has to be done very quickly, there are gonna be obviously damages, right? So I'm gonna run around the ship using mending to help them fix anything, any tears in the sails or anything.
Gotcha. That being said, if that's the case, make an Arcana check for me, Thorin, to manipulate the spell and begin to enhance it further. 10. Oh my god! That being said, Anth or anybody else, as Thorn is he's able to mend that of the ship left and right. However, he's not able to. There's too many things that are being slowly damaged throughout everything being to be put on full throttle. Anth, are you doing anything to assist him, or is anybody else doing anything to assist Thorin in this time?
We're gonna sink the ship before we even get there.
Right?
Oh man.
I'm way over.
I suppose if I heard a call for help in doing this, I would join in the effort and help the best way I could.
All right. That being said, are you yelling for like other people to help as well? Like trying to get more and more hands on deck for this?
Sure, I would,
Well, you describe to me how you are assisting Thorin.
I'd say I would assist by trying to get more people into this preparation by just using thaumaturgy and just loudly yelling out, "We should be preparing for the battle before we just wait around for the enemy to appear. Make sure the ship doesn't take as much damage as it would right now. Do your best to reinforce what we can right now."
That being
And
said,
then would
go ahead.
then would help Thorin with mending in any way. I don't know exactly how I would do that, but
I got you, don't worry. So as you're calling out to multiple people to lend out of their aid and getting more hands on deck, I'll say this: you can either make a persuasion check or an intimidation check, your choice.
I would make intimidation in hopes that people would think about surviving, because it would be a scary situation.
Oh man!
Oh no!
This is worse than Saints
I
of
call
Sin.
it cursed.
Oh my god!
Help!
Nobody gives a
Anybody
fuck.
help! Just anybody help!
I just need someone. Oh my goodness. So as you are yelling out and yelling out to anyone and everyone who would listen, you hear a couple of people like they're like, what was that? But it also gets drowned out by that of the sort of roaring off from the side. Oh man, we need a virtual dice jail like you were saying, and oh my god. Jeez.
Are my dice broken?
My dice broken. Oh man, we gotta start rolling through D&D Beyond or something. That being said, as this is all happening, everyone's trying to do their part. You see as someone begins to yell out, "Someone! Also check the ship once more, or not down below, but off to the side. Make sure we are all good." I need someone to make an investigation check. Someone of your choice. Who's doing it?
I'll do it.
Yes. Alright, that being said, Pyre, as you begin to look over and around, make an investigation check for me. Is anybody assisting Pyre?
Is this actually like... Is this like checking the side of the ship to make sure like nothing's damaged, or?
Yeah, this is making sure like literally everything, like nothing's damaged, everything is functioning. There's nothing like happening like that no one was aware of, all that sort of stuff. Making sure everything's good to go. to continue
Okay.
forth.
Can I suggest something that's, or actually, never mind. I wouldn't be aware of it, so never mind. Yeah.
Oh, I can help since I'm already running around the ship and try to look for damage to mend it.
All right. That being said, as you begin to do so, alrighty. So, I'll say this: make a investigation check. You can do so with advantage, or Thorn, you can make an investigation check as well. Your choice. 12.
Advantage.
All right, one more time. With a 12, that succeeds. That was a DC the entire time.
Oh my god.
High DC. That being said, with a 12, you're able to look over and you see as there seems to be pieces of the ship, specifically the entire hull, are being completely ripped off from what you can tell. You look over and you see as bits of water and ice is slowly sort of filling into it, but you're not entirely sure what's the cause of it with a 12. That being said, you see as there are speckles of ever-changing colors of blues, greens, and purples, and again, you're just not entirely sure what's happening down there. But what are you, or that being said, 12 is enough to succeed at the very least. What do you say, or what do you do, Pyre?
So you said that the side of the ship is basically being torn apart by something.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Whoever asked for someone to check, he's probably shouting, "We're losing, we're losing parts of the hull. Something's causing it to be torn off."
As you begin to yell out, you'll see as a couple of other individuals begin to charge over and begin to look down. Fuck. It's going to be, we have to repair it downstairs. Here, you'll see as they immediately begin to send a couple of Vulcan sailors down below decks. And as they begin to do so, good job, that is a success. However, as each and every one of you are sort of all doing that of your part, you begin to hear something or a bit of screaming down below or somewhere. Ah, help! Shit! Everyone, make a perception check for me. Oh boy. Also,
Oops.
Anth, you receive an inspiration point from chat. Mark that down.
Fuck.
Much needed, apparently.
I accidentally rolled a nature, but it's the same stat. So.
God, that is unfortunate. Oh, he says the same thingy. This is no, it's a perception check, not a intelligence check with nature. Funny enough, nature is intelligence, not or wisdom. Oh man, God. All right, so let's see what we got here. So we got a 5 from Thorin, 22 from Bjorn, 9 from Grosraro. Anth with a 4, Thorn with the, we already read for Thorn, and Lika 20, Pyre 14. Nice, couple good, couple bad, but that being said, oh God, one moment.
Now the question is what the DC was.
That is the question. That
Who knows?
is the question.
In the end.
All right. So, you all
Clean up
begin
with
to
30.
you all begin to hear the sound coming from below decks. However, you look over and peer through that of the mist, and you see, at this point, Bjorn, you were probably the first one to see it for sure through that of your perception check from earlier. But you hear, or no, you see, as a towering behemoth of a creature is soaring above, flapping its gargantuan wings. You see as it has almost 5 sets of eyes, all of differing colors, and you see as their entire form is covered in this sort of strange astral light. As you see, oh boy, soaring above, made of the Nyx and the cosmos before you, seems to be that of an entire dragon itself, made of the corruption. As you see up to your north, if you can look up, you see this creature. Oh. Massive,
Come
towering
on, we're level
inside.
1.
You see as this creature immediately begins to soar, flying almost directly towards that of the ship. You see as they're flapping their massive wings with several eyes looking about. And as they begin to do so, you see as they begin to reposition, soaring above the entire ship. You see as all of the individuals begin to stare up in awe as it roars out and gets ready to breathe down upon something. You're not entirely sure exactly what it is before immediately emerging out of the sea, nearly from under the ship itself. It tosses and turns the ship, and you see emerging seems to be a larger blue serpent with a draconic face, gills and more soaked in water and algae, immediately shooting out towards a sort of cosmic dragon, striking into its neck before trying to drag him down, as you see this individual appear. You see as immediately they are at each other's necks, back and forth, as you see as they're biting and clawing directly towards each other. The ship is almost being caught in that of this, or in the middle of it, as it's rocking left and right. As it does, you see as they begin to battle amongst the seas of the Azure Taiga. You see as several dozens of sailors begin to sit there in pure shock, their mouths wide open at the display, before immediately they are snapped out of it as something shifts aboard that of the ship amongst that of the mist. You see as several figures begin to climb aboard and emerge below and on top of the ships. You see as their clothes are ripped, tattered, and frozen, and it seems to be that there is flesh showing as it's ripped and hanging, spilling onto the ground. Some are armed, while others aren't. Patchy fur resides on their body, and they all begin to merge and just howl out towards you. And as they do, you see several individuals make their presence known towards that of the ship here. And as they do, you see as it begins to slowly limp forward, and they begin to charge at you all. And with that, your souls are shackled, and the time for battle is now. Everyone, it's time, my friends. Show your strength and roll for initiative. Oh boy. Now, we get to open up with our first combat, my friends. And also on top of that, Finn has gifted you a inspiration point, Thorn, for Serpent's Call PTSD, as he specifically said. Oh boy. Alright, so here's how you guys roll initiative. Pretty simple stuff. All you guys got to do is you have to, well, I'm going to do it for you for this part, but all you got to do is you have to right click on your token. You'll see like a sword and shield sort of icon in the bottom right when you right click on your token. Afterwards, you will see your image pop up on the top left portion of your screen. You'll see a little red dice icon. Just hit the red dice icon and it'll roll initiative for you. All that stuff. Oh boy. Alright. That being said, let's also change this. Alrighty, if we were struggling with that or need help, a little bit of assistance, let me know and I got you.
I do. I'm using a trackpad this time, and it's not letting me do anything fun with right-clicking. Sorry.
Alright, I got you. So here's what you're gonna do. Actually, I think I can do it for you. Pop.
You can also go to your character sheet and click on initiative, the word, in your character sheet, and it will do the same thing.
Oh, the word initiative. Yep, there we go.
There you go. Woo! So you guys were rolling too hot earlier, but we got a fair amount of good rolls for initiative. That being said, let's see exactly their strength and this sort of thing. Hold on. Why is it not letting me roll initiative for these guys? Oh. Okay. Wait, give me 2 seconds.
Oh, you know, there's just 2 titans sitting by the side of the boat. You know, no big deal.
You know, the usual, as you do.
Don't mind them.
Don't mind them. No. See, all right. I need you guys to take a focus onto the individuals in front of you. Don't worry about it. All right.
I mean,
hold on, give me 2 seconds.
not the 60, 70-foot creatures next to us. Yeah.
Oh, they're bigger than
Minor
that, my friend.
inconvenience, but
Why is it? That is strange. Here, let me do the. Oh wait, I'm dumb. That's why. Okay, I'm an idiot, and it's right in front of my face. Hello, there it is. All right, let's roll initiative for these guys. Oh God, they roll terrible. Okay.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
That's what we like to see. That is what we like to see. That being said, all right. So, a couple things that I should let you guys know about this fight. As this will be the first fight, feel free to answer or ask any and all questions. I'll assist you the best I can. But that being said, for those of you who have ever played D&D with me in a game, Project Aurora or whatnot, martial checks are also enabled. Also, Lika, why are you missing health? Hold on, let me fix that. Why are you missing health here? Where'd you go? You should have 10 HP. So, that being said, a martial check is a free check that you can make on your turn, and it essentially means that you get to identify one of the creature's abilities and traits, as well as maybe even its intentions and whatnot. That being said, if you ever want to make a martial check, it's completely free. It doesn't take like an action or bonus action. You can just do it on your turn, and I will tell you and walk you through the whole process of that. That being said, does anybody have any questions real quick before we get started?
Yes, one question.
Yes.
Can I clash the Cosmic Dragon?
I mean, yeah, you can try. They're not in the combat, but if you really want to, I mean, I'm not gonna stop you.
I'm sure level 1 is enough.
Yeah, I think you got it.
And this is how the tale ended, with the boat sinking to the bottom of the sea.
Huh. You say that. Oh, man. All right. So, any other questions before we begin? All right. That being said, it is time. Get you some battle music then. All right. So, top of the initiative. Lika, you look out towards these two titans that are in or locked in combat and battle. You see as they're fighting or left and right, as they're tearing or bits and pieces into the ship. You see as the other or dragon, the sort of sea leviathan, seems to be trying to keep and minimize that of the destruction around as he tries to bite down into that of the astral dragon. However, you have more apparent things in front of you. You look forward and you see as there are these strange sort of figures and individuals barely sort of standing about, and they're marching forward towards each and every one of you. Now, to preface, in this combat, it is assumed that everyone on the ship is considered fighting, but for the purposes of this, you don't need to worry about any other tokens on the field, like this individual right here, like the tiefling woman off to the north. You don't have to worry about them. You can ignore them, ignore their tokens and whatnot. It is only you guys and the 3 individuals. That being said, Lika, you receive initiative. What would you like to do on your turn?
I will move within range of Buddy Boy over here to my full 25 feet.
Easy enough. You dash forth, and you're immediately able to reach forth or get within range of them slightly.
I don't think I have that option right now.
Level 1, man. Level 1.
Yeah, I forgot okay. Okay. I will ready in action. No, I won't. I will use my darts. I will pull out darts from my bag, and then I will just use them.
Easy
20,
enough.
60 feet. Okay.
Easy enough. Yep, 20, 60 feet, you should be good. So you try to grab that of your darts and throw them at one individual. That being said, let's walk you through how you target individuals and attack. Yep, you target them, then you hit the little dart icon on your character sheet. And it should go through everything. There you go, you got it. Did not roll automatically. There it is. That being said, a 9. Oh man, you try to grab that of a dart, you throw it towards that of the strange sort of individual. You see as it begins to immediately sort of almost shift off to the side, dodging with almost this breakneck speed to it as it shifts forward. That is your action. You have a bonus action, and a martial check if you'd like to do anything else.
think I'll just stay here. I don't think I have any specific bonus actions right now that I can use. I'll just stay here for now. The only other martial check I probably would want to see is how close this guy is. The big Goliathan one, because if it's gonna come towards me, I will dodge out of the way.
So, also, let me explain what martial check is. So, a martial check is basically you applying all of your previous battle knowledge. In-game, it's basically you applying all your previous battle knowledge to this situation right here and now, to basically be able to predict possibly what is the enemy's capabilities and all of its abilities and all that sort of stuff. Out of game, what it means is when you make a martial check for free, you get to identify a specific ability of the creature and what they possess. And that information is known to you and all of your party members. That is what a martial check is.
Okay. And I would like to identify whether or not this particular creature is going to be fast.
All right. I'll tell you what, make a martial check. So here's what you're gonna do. So you are a monk, so you make your martial checks with wisdom as you're calling upon previous and actual experience. So just make a simple wisdom check, and in order to do that, all you're gonna do is you're gonna open up your character sheet by double clicking on your token. Wisdom, yep, and you got it. There you go. 6. So 6 is not able to cut it to beat the DC for the martial check. So that being said, it goes unused. That being said, that is your action, your martial, your movement. You have a bonus action, but that's it. Anything else for us?
That's good. That ends my turn.
Alrighty. That being said, Bjorn, I think you got removed from initiative there. I think you were at a 5, correct?
Yeah, I think that might have just put me back at where I was.
Oh, okay. All right. Here, 1 second. Let me get this up. All right, let's do this. Here we go. And we begin. There we go. We'll close out of this. Close out of this. All right. That being said, so as Lika begins to immediately try to throw that at the dart, and you look over towards the individuals, and you see as they're slowly making their way closer and closer towards everybody on the ship. You have a chance. What are you doing at this moment?
I'll be moving closer to them, and I'd like to throw a dagger at the first one in the line.
All right, you got it. You begin to grab that of your dagger and you chuck it directly forth towards him. It begins to soar towards the individual. Let's see if you hit. Make an attack roll for me. That of 11. What the heck? Oh, okay, I see.
Right.
That's the new macro. Okay, I gotcha. So that being said, a 15 will hit, and you deal 6 points of damage to the creature. You see as it begins to, or the dagger begins to get lodged into that of his throat over here. However, he seems to be still moving and shambling towards you. That is your action. You have a bonus action, movement, and a martial check.
Yeah, I think I'll do the martial check now. Is it wisdom for everyone?
So for you, it is wisdom in your case, as you are a bard. 21, good stuff. All right, now we get to walk you guys through of how martial checks and what happens when you get to learn, or when you successfully succeed on a martial check. So I'm going to list out a handful of the creature's abilities. You can write these down if you wish, or you can keep or commit them to memory, and whatnot. So I'm going to list out a handful of abilities or the names of them, and you can choose one ability that you want to identify. So,
Right.
essentially, the Null Withering has a handful of abilities. It has Rampage and Vengeful Strike, as well as Bite. Which ability of the three would you like to identify?
I'd like to identify Rampage.
Rampage, you got it. So, Rampage does this. So, when a withering creature reduces another creature to 0 hit points with a melee attack on its turn, it can take a bonus action to move up to half its speed and make a bite attack. That being said, these guys are very, very dangerous from what you can tell. Use that knowledge, and that knowledge is also known to each and every single one of you guys. There you go. That being said, And that is your martial check. You have a bonus action. Anything else for your turn?
I think I'll hand out another bardic inspiration to crossbow, or I think I said it. For because it seems like we need all hands to be on this battle.
Many thanks.
All right. That being said, as you begin to do so, Groswall, you feel that have inspired. Oh, hold on, did the little damage macro. Hold on, I'll fix that.
Oh no, I don't know. Yeah.
I gotcha. But as you punch, you inspire them so much, you inflict damage on them. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, as you begin to yell out and play that of your horn, you see as Groswall, you hear almost the battle cries of war begin to emanate, and you feel inspired. You have a D6 of inspiration that you may choose whenever you want. Also, remember, I think we forgot, but Lika, you are also bardically inspired as well from earlier, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I got two. One from Chad and one from
So let me explain the difference between that. So there are two types of inspiration. There are, well, three, but you don't got to worry about the other one at the moment. So there is inspiration points, which just means typically these are given by chat, and those are just +1s and -1s and whatnot, right? And then you have bardic inspiration, which is something completely separate. That is what Anth can give to you to basically add to your attack rolls, saving throws, or any d20 roll of your choice. Gotcha. So those things are separate, and you can add both on like rolls and whatnot if you ever choose. All right. That being said, Anth, I believe that is your turn. Next up, Thorin, you receive initiative as you see as the creatures begin to swarm. They're taking damage, and all of your allies begin to immediately bring the attack towards them. What are you doing, friend?
I move up all the 30 feet towards them.
All
and
right.
now it's time to have some fun.
Oh no.
Magic missile.
Oh no. Magic missile, let's go. You hold that of your hands forth, and you immediately send multiple arcane bolts searing. However, as you do, you know what that means, my friend.
Yes.
It's time to roll on the wild magic table of a D1000.
All right, it's time for us to be transported to the plane of fire, right?
Yes, we said if we're doing wild magic, we're doing it right. We have a D1000 list for Thorn in this campaign, so that is something. That being said, cast a spell, magic missile, and I'll handle all the effects in a minute, and I'll tell you what happens. Oh goodness. All right, and you only have to roll the one. The one dice that you roll is to all targets. Holy crap, you got a 4. Jeez.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
That being said, all right. So who are you targeting with this?
The middle one.
Middle one.
All
you
of
got it. Oh, hold on. Oh, you said middle one or just all of them?
Middle one.
Gotcha.
All of the dark.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So the first one embeds itself into that of the creature's chest. You see as it begins to immediately almost drop down for a brief moment. A second bolt begins to strike directly towards his head, and a third one begins to sear over towards him. Thorn, how do you want to do this?
Just blow up his head. Simple.
Easy enough. Easy enough. As you do, you immediately send him flying backwards as he goes careening off to the side, and he is no more. He is dead. Alrighty. That being said, oh boy, wild magic. What happens? Oh.
304.
Wait, what? Okay. Alright. That's something. Hey, Thorin. You look down and, there's a necklace around your neck that you don't recognize, and you're like, the hell? Whatever. You kind of try to tug towards it. Doesn't seem to want to come off. It's stuck there. You have no idea what this thing does, but we'll figure it out later. I'm gonna mark a mental note of that.
I mean, I have identify, FYI.
Oh god. That being said, Thorn, is that your turn? That is your action and movement. You got it.
Oh, martial check. Hold on. Martial check. I forgot.
All right. Wizard or sorcerer. Make a wisdom check for me. 12. Yeah, that'll beat the DC. So, the individuals have the following abilities. Do you need me to, or I'll repeat them anyways. So, they have club, they have vengeful strike, and they have rampage. Rampage was already identified, so you only have club, bite, or excuse me, you only have bite, and vengeful strike left to identify.
I can guess. I want to see if they poison with the bites. Let's identify bite.
Alrighty. So, bite does the following. It is a simple basic attack, and it just does piercing damage. No other damage types other than that.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty. That being said, that is your turn unless you got anything else. Oh,
That's my turn.
yeah. Oh yeah, you don't have meta magic and stuff yet. Alright, that being said, Grozwarl, you receive initiative. What would you like to do?
I would like to attack.
Alrighty. Who are you trying to attack as you begin to grab that of your weapon and charge forth towards the enemy?
My weapons are my fists and my claws. But
Hell yeah.
Whoever this one who is closest to me.
You got it. You march forward and immediately try to rip it to shreds, make an attack with your claws. I believe Bearkin should have a claw attack, right? Yeah, unarmed strike. They do not. So I guess you just gotta punch him. All right, just go unarmed strike, punch him in the face.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I gotcha.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So what is it's acting weird. I gotta make sure. I gotta fix that up. That being said, oh my god. Wait, what the heck? Alright. A natural 20, you say? Okay. One moment, please. How much damage does that do to him? 3 plus 4. Yeah. 2d8. 14 points of bludgeoning damage. Yeah, how do you want to punch him to death?
Could I just like I didn't intend for her to be this violent, but could she just like dig her claws into his chest and then just rip it open?
Yeah, rip and tear. You immediately begin to embed your claws and rip forth as you see as they immediately go flying wide, 2 sides completely bisected. That's a good roll. That's a good round. Also, Bimroth, you receive another inspiration point from Viper Mara. Oh boy.
Thank you.
God dang. That being said, Grozwarl, that is your action. You have a bonus action and a martial check. And anything else for us?
I don't have enough levels that I can do another attack as a bonus action, which is very sad. I would like to do a martial check.
You got it. Make a martial check. Also, while you're doing that, this creature is going to use this reaction and activate an ability you haven't identified yet. It is going to immediately look towards its fallen brethren that you just ripped to shreds, charge forth, and immediately try to club you directly in the face, Grozwarl. Let's see if your resolve is strong. Alrighty. Club attack. 10. That will hit, dealing a total of 5 points of damage. You see as he begins to do so, it's a hefty blow, but you're able to keep your cool and keep your resolve as you're a little injured, but you're still able to keep your cool. That said, what was your martial check? So I need you to make a wisdom check for your martial for me. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, wisdom for you. That being said, a 12, that is also, that is sufficient. So, you only have one other ability to identify, and that is Vengeful Strike. Would you like to identify it or identify something else?
I will identify that.
Alright, Vengeful Strike does the following. In response to a gnoll being reduced to 0 hit points within 30 feet of another gnoll, the witherling makes a melee attack of its choice. From what you can tell, that is exactly what happened right then and there. That being said, all the abilities of the gnoll witherlings have been identified. That said, Grozwarl, is there anything that you have left for your turn?
No, I am good for now.
Alrighty. That being said, delete this guy from initiative and such. Unfortunate, it was almost his time to go. That being said, You see as multiple individuals begin to slowly swarm amongst that of the ships. Wait, hold on. Why is your character?
Wait, why am I dead?
Yeah, I just noticed. I was like, what the hell? Yo, God, they killed Rick.
Reflect damage.
Hold on, I gotcha. Buddy, what the hell? I just glanced over. I'm like, wait, nobody hit him. I gotcha. Give it one moment. Oh, that's strange. It's trying to apply multiple sort of death thingies towards you. There we go. I think we got it. That was weird. Okay. We fixed it. We're there. We're good. Oh god, that was weird. But as I was saying before, you see as multiple individuals begin to slowly swarm amongst that of or onto that of the ship. You see as they begin to gain in that of numbers as more and more of the individuals begin to swarm, not only from amongst that of the area of front, but now from that of behind. As you see, they appear here behind you. As they slowly kick down that of the door, you see and hear fighting happening down below. However, they emerge nonetheless. Alrighty, let's roll initiative for these guys. Boom, boom. Terrible, and even more terrible. That's good for you guys. That's good for you. All right, that being said, let's see what you got. Pyre, you receive initiative as you see more and more of these creatures beginning to swarm the entire area. What are you gonna do?
First, gonna make sure I'm unmuted. Seeing that they're gonna climb up in a snap decision, Pyre's gonna form an ice knife and throw it towards the center.
All right. Which one? Oh, all the way over here. You got it. So that being said, that is a natural 20. Holy crap!
Nice.
Dealing 9 points of damage to them. Now they're gonna need to make a couple of dexterity saving throws, I believe.
That is correct.
All right. So 3 dexterity saving throws. We're gonna make them all together. So one is gonna roll. So if they all fail, they all fail. Let's see what happens. All right. Come on. Attributes, dexterity saving throw. They're not good at it. That is a 10. Does that fail?
I believe so. I think it's DC 14.
DC 14. If that is the case, all right. I need you.
Yeah, DC 14.
I need you to roll. Wait, hold on. One second. Hold
It's everyone within a 5-foot radius. So unfortunately, the sailor that's sitting next to them is going to have to make one as well.
One moment, hold on. Your thing is acting up. I rolled 2 dice for Ray of Frost for some reason. So I'm just gonna take whichever the first one is. But also they still gotta make the dexterity saving throw anyways. So I need you to roll 2d6 for me.
It rolled 2 because it was a crit, wasn't it?
Oh wait, I'm dumb. I'm extremely dumb. Never mind. There you go. So that being said, I need you to roll 2d6 for me you watch as the ice dagger. Oh wait. I'm getting the freaking things and spells confused. I was thinking of Max. I was talking to Max earlier. I was thinking of you casted Ice Knife. My bad. We're good to go. There you go. So that being said,
I thought I did. I accidentally hit Ray of Frost.
Yeah. I don't know why. I knew you had like Ice Knife or something, but yeah, my apologies.
Yeah.
That being said, with 26 to hit and 9 points of damage to the creature, you see as their their form is slowly being slowed as they're having a little bit of trouble moving further and further to get to that of their target. That being said, that is your action. You have a bonus action and movement.
Ice Knife doesn't slow them down. Ray of Frost does. That was my bad.
Yeah.
So
that was just where I got confused. I was like, what? But now you're good.
Yeah. No, I did, the macro didn't change correctly. As a bonus action, there's not much I can do, so I'm just gonna stay where I'm at, kind of away from everyone.
Easy enough. That being said, alrighty, if that is your turn, go to the next person's. Alrighty, you see as the Knoll Witherlings receive initiative, they are going to, this guy is freaking, he's messed up, but he's gonna try his best. 5, 10, 15, and how much is their movement speed reduced by?
It's not, because it's not Ray of Frost.
Oh wait, hold on. Let's
work
this out. So you were trying
one.
to originally cast Ice Knife, but you accidentally cast as Ray of Frost. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. It's not Tactician or whatever. Okay, so let's roll through this real quick, because this could change a lot of things. So we'll take the 9, and I know what Ice Knife does. So we'll take that 10 from Dexterity saving throw. We'll count that and whatnot. So they will fail. So I need you to now roll the 2d6, which you did, which is the 7 points of damage. So now let me correct each and every single one of the enemies. So that is that guy. That is that guy. Boom. And that is that guy. Boom. Yeah. Just make sure. Just make sure to select the macro and whatnot, because it just plays out all the animations and whatnot. But nah, don't worry about it. That being said, with 7 more points of damage to this individual, you see as the Ice Knife begins to embed itself into the chest of the creature, and it begins to immediately explode outwards into multiple ways. How do you want to kill the creature in the center as you deal 7 points of damage to all around?
He didn't think it was gonna work, so he's just kind of standing there like, oh, okay.
That being said, all right, you see as the creature begins to slump forth, and he cannot go on his turn because he is dead. All right, that being said, Bjorn, you receive initiative. What would you like to do, my friend? As you see as the battle begins to rage and break out on multiple sides and multiple fronts, what would you like to do?
All right. I'm going to move over here to the side of Lika.
All right.
And then I am going to, as I do that, I kind of gather a bunch of snowflakes that are in the air into a frozen blade, and I'm going to cast Ice Knife at this closest knoll here.
All right. That being said, keep in mind, Ice Knife will affect that of Lika if she will have to make the Dexterity saving throw, as she is right beside her.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm just going to, in that case, I'm going to throw my hand axe.
Alrighty. That being said, you grab that of your hand axe and immediately chuck it forth as it begins to go flying towards the individual. Make an attack roll with the hand axe. 9, not bad, but not enough. You see as you send it flying forth, it embeds itself into that of or onto the wood below. Not able to put enough strength behind it. That is your action. You have a bonus action and a martial check as well. Anything else for us?
I use my bonus action to throw my other axe.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Alrighty, let's see what you got. Make another attack roll. That being said, a 17. Yep, that or 18. That will hit. You will see as you throw the axe directly towards him, you see as it embeds itself into, or sort of like almost chops off his entire arm as it just sort of slumps and lays there. You see as he is still alive, but he's definitely hurting from that one. That being said, that is your action, your bonus action. Is there anything else that you have for us?
Nope, that's my turn.
Alrighty. That being said, so we move to that of the Noel Witherwing's turns. Alright, as they receive initiative, here's what they're going to do. This guy is going to, he's super far from here, so he's going to have to charge forth 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is going to, I don't think he can use that, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I can't do that. So, he is going to use his action to dash directly towards you, or that of you, Pyre. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You see as he begins to immediately charge forward directly towards you and gets ready to immediately bite down onto your form. As he begins to do so, that is all he can do. Same thing for the other guy over here. He is in front of an individual and he is going to try to immediately club that of Lika. He sees he brings down the pain and tries to smack you across that of your face and immediately embed you into that of the ground. All right, let's see if you are able to dodge out of the way in time. Club attack. 9. You see as he tries to strike, you're able to immediately dodge out of the way, and you see as the wood begins to break open as it is no effect, or it has no effect. That being said, next knoll, or final knoll. Alright, this individual off to the side, probably same thing. He's going to just immediately dash forward and try to get towards you. 30 feet. He's going to dash once more. 5, 10, 15, 20. And he is going to place himself in between that of Thorin and Pyre. That being said, oh boy, You see as they howl and begin to raise that of their clubs and get ready to try to strike you down. That being said, that is their turn. And last but not least, yep. All right. These guys get. Hold on. Yeah. Last but not least, you guys see as several more individuals begin to form. This time, the individuals beginning to form amongst that of the ship, or amongst the side of the ships itself. You see as they begin to do so, all the individuals, all the warriors begin to get overwhelmed as you see these creatures appear off to the side. One here, one here. Hold up, you guys will see. Boom, boom. One here. And another right here. Oh boy. Yeah, trying to grab them. There we go. 1 second. Gosh, there we go. And one right here. There we go. That being said, rolling initiative for these guys. Let's hope that they do not go before you in initiative. That would be bad. Alrighty. That being said, none of them do. They're all rolled for the most part pretty bad. That being said, Lika, you see as you try to dodge out of the way from the first Null Witherling. You immediately see as he's getting ready to lunge back and then lunge directly towards you for a second attack. What would you like to do in retaliation?
In retaliation, I'm gonna smack it.
Go for it. Make an attack roll towards the Witherling.
Oh, not at me. Sorry.
You're good.
I am going to bonus action unarmed strike.
Alrighty. First, so you're using your action to unarmed strike or your bonus action to unarmed strike?
Bonus action to unarmed strike.
You got it.
Should I do the action first and then?
Yeah, you gotta typically do the action first and then you can do the bonus action.
Alright, then I will just unarmed strike for the first action.
You got it.
Give him a good pop. And it's just normal.
11. That being said, you are bardically inspired. Do you want to add that inspiration?
Not for this one. But I will bonus action unarmed strike again.
You got it. Make another attack roll for me. 22 hit. That will hit. I need you to roll damage. It should be rolling damage automatically and such. That's strange. But that being said, just roll a d4 and add a total of... Oh, yeah, you got it.
I believe that's a 6.
6 points of damage. Nice. You immediately or the first time you try to strike towards the individual, you see as he's able to dodge out of the way. However, you immediately smack him with that of your tail and immediately jump forth directly to punch him directly into his jaw. You see it begins to get a little bit dislodged for a brief moment. It is nasty. That being said, that is 6 points of damage to him. And that is your action and bonus action. Anything else for us?
Because we kind of already know what their abilities are. I don't know if I can do any martial check.
You
That's
can.
everything for me, I think.
If you ever
Okay.
want to, if you ever want to identify like an armor class, hit points, or anything like that, you can do so.
And it's fine.
You got it. That being said, or continuing forth, and you see as the battle continues to rage on, now there's another Null Witherling behind you. What would you like to do?
I'd like to move forward and... wait. I can't move?
Oh, wait, hold on. I had your thing selected, my bad.
Oh.
Yeah, you should be good now.
No, I still can't move.
Still can't move? Really? Oh wait, I had it selected on the other thing. Okay, now try. I guess, I don't know, I guess I really just want to select your thing.
No, I still can't.
I'm gonna do this. I don't want to delete your token. Such here. Give me 2 seconds, let me fix it over here.
Alright.
Alright, I don't want to mess this up. I'm gonna drag a second Anthrax in, and see what happens. Ah, it's doing the one thingy. God dang it. Alright, that's fine. I'll tell you what, Anthrax, you just tell me where you want to go, and I'll do it for you. As long as you can make rolls and whatnot, I can sort of fix this on in my end. It's doing the little glitch where it like it doesn't let anybody move anything for a brief moment.
Right. I would just go forward and strike the nearest enemy here with a short sword.
You got it. All right, you move forward. And
you must be. Wait. No, I can't make rolls.
Can't make rolls. Good thing it's doing that thing.
Wait.
Again.
Oh, never mind. I forgot to target. Yeah.
No. That being said,
Well.
a short sword attack. You try to swing forth towards the witherling. However, you see as he begins to parry it, no effect. You see as he's a little bit faster than you anticipated. That's your action. You have a bonus action and movement and martial. What else are you doing?
I don't think I'm going to do anything more on this round.
All right. That being said, that is your turn. Thorn, you receive initiative. As you see, Anth all the way dealing with the one witherling in the corner, you look over towards you and you see as Pyre is surrounded by multiple creatures. What are you doing?
I don't like that one standing right here. I'm gonna magic missile him.
Alright, summon it forth once more. You unleash the arcane towards him. Alrighty, cast the spell. 2 points of damage. How many magic missiles are you throwing at him?
All of them.
All of them? Oh gosh. Alright, that being said, you see as you pummel him back and forth with all the magic missiles, you immediately see as he begins to fly overboard as he is dead. 100%. Oop, not healed, but dead. There we go. That being said, I need you to roll another D1000 for me. Oh boy, here we go again. 756, you say? Okay. So, Pyre, you smell a strange sort of lovely sort of scent. It smells like that of roses. As you see, as the blood is spilling out amongst that of this knoll, you just smell the sort of faint scent of roses as he plops down into that of the water dead. And you're like,
Interesting.
so that, and then you just continue forth. That being said, Thorn, is that your turn?
Yes, that's my turn.
Alrighty. That being said, Grosraro, it is now your turn as you receive initiative. What would you like to do? As you see, as Lika is locked in battle with this Knoll Witherling, you're up.
But how is that specific witherling looking, like damage-wise?
So if you ever hover over them, you'll show them the, like how injured and whatnot they are. Right now, they're considered badly injured.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's super cool. Okay. I only have one attack. Okay. Well, I'll just try to take out this guy.
Alrighty.
Right here.
Make an attack roll with for me as you try to immediately claw and maul them to death. Let's see what you got. That being said, that is a 9, nothing. 13 will hit. Let's see you roll damage as you're able to strike, embedding your claws into the creature, dealing 9 points of damage. And that being said, you immediately are able to cut him down as he falls down, no longer moving, as he is defeated. Good stuff. That is your action. You have a bonus action, movement, and a martial check. Anything else for us?
Really quick, dumb question. What are my options for my bonus action?
Bonus actions. So if you double click on your character sheet, so it doesn't look like, so if you go to your inventory portion, so you know how it has action, spellbook, inventory, click on inventory, you can hit the bonus action part and you'll see anything that you can use as a bonus action, which is nothing, I believe. Yeah, it is nothing.
Okay. That's
And
why I
let
was
me
like,
make
I'm
sure
gonna make
that
sure
unarmed
I'm
strike
not-
you can't do it as a bonus action. Nope, that's a monk thing. Okay, yep. So yeah, nothing.
All right. Then I would like to move over to. I'll move over right here so that this guy doesn't have an attack of opportunity, but get close to him, and then I am good.
You got it. All right, that is your turn. As you begin to do so, let's see what these guys got. Alright, this individual over here is going to, after emerging onto the ship, he is going to dash forth towards the nearest individual and try to maul him. Alright, 5, 10, 15, 20. One, or right here. As he begins to do so, hello, Pyre. Oh no. Ah, boy. Let's pray. Let's pray, my friend. Alright, you'll see as he immediately begins to jump over and lunge towards you and try to bite down onto your neck. Make an attack roll towards you. Features bite. Boom. Oh no, that is a 14, my friend. You got anything for it? Wait, hold on. Why did it roll twice? Why did it roll twice?
That's a good question.
That was weird. That's strange. Never seen that before, where it rolls or decides to roll twice. All right, here's what we're gonna do. All right, whether it rolls lower or higher, okay, that was weird and strange. But whether it rolls lower or higher, I'm gonna roll a d20 and then we'll determine, that will be whatever it is. So you could have a chance of it missing, you could have a chance of it, actually hitting. That is a 2, it will miss. Almost out or hit a natural 20, but you will see as it begins to jump or immediately tries to bite down onto you, you almost see your life flash before your very eyes as you see as his maw is sort of dripping with that of this strange sort of astral light. That is his turn. The individual all the way over here by that of Anthrax. He will then try to immediately take his club and try to bash his skull or Anthrax's skull in. And we're gonna see what happens with that. Actually, let me make a macro for this. Oop. 2. Alright, a 14 will hit, dealing 4 points of damage to you. That being said, you see as he strikes forward and cracks you across the face as you drop down. You're injured, but you're still alive. That is his turn. And next up, receiving initiative. The individual over by Groswarl. You see as the individuals are swarming at all of the ships as you guys are all in battle. As he does so, he will try to make one attack roll towards you and bites down onto your frame. Let's see what he's got. Bite attack. That is a 22 to hit, and that is 4 points of damage. Groswarl, you are badly injured. But you see as they begin to immediately howl in anger and that of sort of joy as they take down soldier and sailor left and right. Not looking too good, guys. That being said, Pyre, you receive initiative as this is all playing out. What would you like to do?
Can I use Produce Flame and make a attack that's right next to me, or is that going to be at disadvantage?
So Produce Flame, that is a... let me check. Produce Flame.
It says that you have to use it. Well, it says you can also attack with the flame, although doing so ends the spell. When you cast a spell or as an action on a later turn, you can hurl the flame at the creature within 30 feet with you. And it says make a ranged spell attack. But my understanding is with ranged spell attacks, they're at disadvantage.
Yeah, you have disadvantage and stuff. So you would have disadvantage for it, but you can certainly try.
I mean, the only other thing he has is his quarterstaff.
What you gonna do?
That's a good question. Screw it. He's probably gonna try the Produce Flame, even at disadvantage, to the one that's badly injured.
All right. That being said, make the... Oh, no. All right.
It doesn't matter, disadvantage either way.
Yeah, all right. So you see as you send the flames forth. Oh man, you send the flame forth, and as you do, you see as you're trying to cast the spell, and you see as the creature knocks your hand out from underneath you and immediately tries to rip and tear into you. However, that is your action. You have a bonus action and movement.
I don't think I have any bonus action. Okay, cool. Not thinking. After failing, he is going to start trying to run away.
Oh, all right. Or I will say, That being said, Pyre, if you do so, you will take 2 attacks of opportunities. All right, just making sure.
He's bad at snap decisions.
All right, let's see. Oh, lad. All right, 3 attacks or 2 attacks coming at you. First attack from the top one. Target that one. Wait, what? Here, we'll do this one then. All right, first attack coming at you. Bite attack. That's an 11. That'll miss. There's a chance. There's a chance. Second bite attack coming at you. That's not. Oh no. That being.
Is that just?
Go ahead.
Yeah, he's gonna take it. He's gonna take it.
All right. Let's see. Hopefully, it's not that much damage. 4. That's not bad. We take those. That being said, you're reduced to 2 hit points, my friend. 2 hit points.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up, I got you.
It just double damaged me. Yeah.
I got you. There you go.
Cool.
That being said, you see as they bite down onto you, you are not looking good. Or you spill a little bit of blood onto that of the floor. That said, Pyre, is that your turn, or you got anything else for us?
That's it. That's all he can do.
Alrighty. That being said, Bjorn, you receive initiative, and you see as Pyre takes a hefty blow. What would you like to do?
All right, I'm gonna step forward just a bit and gather the snow into a frozen blade and cast Ice Knife at this guy.
Heck yeah, cast a spell, target them, and send it forth. As you summon that of the Ice Knife forth, you or sling it directly towards them. Alrighty. Also, let me know if you ever have any trouble with that. I should be able to help you out.
Let's see.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Like rose up on me, I think?
What's it saying?
Like all the tokens just like disappeared for me.
Oh, it's doing that sort of thing. For that, just refresh your game and then join back in. And all that stuff. Shouldn't take you too long to rejoin in, though. I remember Animus said that was the glitch from before. With the server.
It might be updated in the newest patch, but
Yeah. I know it's been happening recently with Foundry for about I want to say 3 or 4 weeks now. But yeah. Let me know when you are in, and I don't want to roll the dice for you, so I'll let you roll for it. That being said, Null Witherlings are also on deck. Lika, you are after the Null Witherling. As you're sort of jumping back in, you look over towards the creature or the giant sort of leviathans or in battle. You can't really tell who exactly is winning at the moment, but you do see as bits of flesh and other sort of astral sort of bits and pieces are flying about amongst that of the sea. You see as a couple of the sailors are trying to sort of sail away from these individuals. However, they're not having much luck as they're too fast and they're too powerful to get away from. And they also have other things to deal with the Null Witherlings on board. That being said, Jay, are you able to see tokens now?
Let me see. Okay, now it's saying your controlled actor does not have an item named Ice Knife.
Hold on, I gotcha. Spell book, Ice Knife. Make sure you click on your token. When you're doing that, see if that changes anything. That's weird.
Okay, yeah, there it goes.
Alright, it's working now. Configuration, save configuration. That should also help. Alright, there we go. We got there eventually. Just a little bit of technical issues. Ooh. That being said, 22 hits, and you send it forth directly towards the individuals, and that is going to hit and explode out, dealing 15 points of damage if they fail. Let's see. Oh gosh.
Oh,
we
wait,
got it. There's the animation. They're all like sort of loading in like immediately after like the server got caught up, which is good. We're taking the 20 anyways. All right, so dexterity saving throws from these guys. Let's see what they got. Yeah. First session is always like a little bit rocky because of all the technical issues as it's getting used to all the player configurations and whatnot. But that being said, that is a 4 on their saving throw, and they will both fail, meaning they will both take 15, or this guy will take 15 points of damage. Oh god. This guy is going to take a total of 7 points of damage. Not bad at all. That being said, Bjorn, how do you want to do this? How do you want to kill the creature off to the side?
I'm just gonna send it straight to his head.
Send it straight to the
Send
head.
it flying backwards.
Easy enough. You see as the dagger embeds itself into it, and you see as it explodes outwards in or sort of this sort of icy mist. As it does, they fall and they perish no more. That being said, Bjorn, is that your turn?
That's it.
All right, that's all you got. You see as the aura is slowly thinning. Lika, you receive initiative. What would you like to do as you see yourself surrounded?
I'm surrounded by fun. Well, there's no creatures here at least, but I will see the one that injured my friend over there, and I will run 25 feet over to this section, and I will unarmed strike it.
You got it. Make an attack roll towards it. As you rush forward to try to or stop them from harming your friend. Unarmed strike. There we go. 13 to hit. We'll see if it has anything else. So in total of 19 to hit, dealing 5 points of damage. You punch and crack them across that of the face once more, and this time you immediately rise back and get ready to unleash a second attack. You do have a bonus action unarmed strike. Would you like to make one?
No, actually, I would like, as a bonus action, to target a creature within 5 feet of me with my tail hindrance.
You got it.
The creature has an advantage. That's what I
Alright. Tail hindrance, make sure brush up on that. So as you begin to immediately or turn around and use that of your giant bushy red panda tail to immediately distract that of the creature, you begin to smack him across the face with it, and you see as he begins to get almost sort of riled and immediately sort of angry, his focus begins to turn towards you as he has disadvantage on his next attack roll. That being said, yep, that is that. Lika, is that your turn?
Yes, that'll be my turn, and I'll wait for... yeah.
You got it. And you see as your companion begins to join forth with you, what would you like to do? Alright, hold up.
We're on mute.
You might be muted. We can't hear you, buddy.
Oh, never. Yep, right.
There you go.
So earlier I threw away my dagger, so I suppose 2 weapon fighting is off the table, so I can do the bonus action attack.
Yeah, you have to go grab your dagger first.
Yeah, alright, I figured. Then I'll just go and do another swing with a sword.
You got it. That being said, let's see what you got. 18 to hit, dealing 5 or 7 points of damage. How do you want to kill the creature?
Just do a little slice and kick him over the edge of the ship.
Easy enough. You see as he begins to growl, and as he does, he flies backwards, and no longer on the ship and no longer alive, as he is dead. Good work. That being said, 2 more individuals left. Or Anth, you have your bonus action and movement. Anything else for us?
Well, I will move. I believe it was around. Yeah. How do I make the marker on the map? But I don't know if I can even.
All you gotta do is you have to just click and hold.
All right. So I'll move there, and I'd like to retrieve my dagger.
Easy enough. You're just pick it up from that of the ship and sort of store it into that of your, or off to the side, or wield it in your second hand. That being said, what would you like to do, or anything else?
I suppose that didn't take my bonus actions or anything.
Nah.
All right. I don't think there's much that needs to be done at the moment. Looking at the
Alrighty.
battlefield.
Easy enough. That
That's
being
my
said,
turn.
If that is the end of your turn, we turn to that of Thorin. Receive initiative as you see as there seems to be only 2 individuals that are still alive. One is locked in combat with Groswarl, and the other seems to just take or try to attack towards Pyre. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna leave the one behind me to the bay, and I'm gonna mind sliver this one in front of me.
Alrighty, Mind Sliver, is that a saving throw or is that an attack roll? It is
It's a saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw. -2. These guys aren't smart, as you can tell, and that deals 6 points of damage. You just see as the creature begins to just charge after you, and then you just see as this face just begins to go slack-jawed, and he just sort of stares out into oblivion.
Brain aneurysm.
Yeah, and it just immediately just falls over, no longer moving. Its brain completely fried and dead. Oh man. That being said, that is your action. You have a bonus action and movement.
That's my turn.
You got it. That being said, Groswarl, you're up. You're injured, but you're still hardy. What would you like to do?
I am going to whip out my hand axes because I do have 2 weapon fighting, and I only have 4 HP, so I'm going to pull out both of my hand axes and attack with them.
All right. As you begin to grab the axes and try to swing forth with all your strength, make an attack roll for me. Not bad. Maybe 11. Anything you can add to that at all?
I'd like to add my 1 inspiration point from chat earlier.
Well, your 1 inspiration point from chat. Let's look. Is it enough? Let's see. And I believe it will be. Thank goodness for that. So, oh boy, now I get to reveal how this works in Voden. So, here's what happens. Oh boy, I don't have the token for them, I don't believe. Alright, so, Groswarl, as you're getting ready to strike forth towards the creature, you see as just randomly sort of appearing and apparating, a strange sort of spherical individual with sort of 2 strange fins begins to just slowly float directly towards you. You see, as they begin to float towards you, they begin to hug that of your leg and explode. Groswarl, I need you to roll a D100 for me real quick.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Where can I find a D100 here?
Oh, so if you look into the bottom right of your screen, like right above the roll, you'll see like the little 2 dice.
2 dice.
22. Interesting. You see as, for this, you look over and you see as it begins to explode out in like that of embers and a little bit of a flame. And as it begins to do so, you feel yourself begin to feel almost invigorated for a brief moment in time. As you do, you strike forth with all your might, dealing 6 points of damage to that of the creature. That being said, that is your first attack. You have a bonus action attack. What else you got for us?
My second attack. Wacha.
8. That's not gonna cut it. That being said,
I do have Bardic Inspiration.
Bardic Inspiration may be able to save it.
1d6.
Oh, that's unlucky. I had 1. Is that all you can add to it?
Yeah, that's everything I have.
Nah, that's everything. You swing forth with 1, or you feel as if this is a sort of the determining blow, but the strange sort of figure down below kind of distracts you for a brief moment in time, and as you do, you hesitate for a brief moment, and that's long enough for the creature to dodge out of the way. That is your turn, and sadly, the creature's turn is up. You'll see as he will immediately grab that of his club, and he's gonna swing with all his might towards you. Let's hope. Let's hope. Come on, let's see if he misses. He swings. 16. Not much damage. That's 3 points of damage to you. You are near death, and you are on 1 HP.
Okay.
Oh my god! Level
This is
1,
fine.
everybody. That being said,
fine.
you swing forth and you see as Groswald, this giant bearkin nearly goes down. However, their resolve begins to remain and they stand strong, ready to fight once more. That said, that is the creature's turn. Pyre, you receive initiative. What would you like to do?
I can see under the sail, right?
Yeah.
And that's the last knoll that's on the ship, correct?
From what you can tell.
Okay. Then I'm going to properly this time target it with Ray of Frost.
You got it. You conjure that of the spell and begin to fire it directly towards him. Roll with all you've got. Let's see. Oh boy. Ray of Frost. That is a 16 to hit and 3 or 6 points of damage, or excuse me, a significant amount of damage. That being said, how do you want to finish this creature off and deal the final blow?
Basically, as it's being a Ray, he's probably just gonna kind of like coat him in ice and then just kind of like let him just freeze into crystalline and just sit there.
And as you do, you see as the entire Knoll's form is just completely frozen solid, as it remains no longer moving, no longer living. It is dead. With that, you all are successful and succeed in living your first combat encounter. And as you are, oh boy, let me do this. All right, one moment, please. Give me 2 seconds. So, as you all are fighting, you guys immediately begin to, or you see as Pyre begins to deal that of the final blow, and you hear as the fighting is slowly sort of coming to that of a close. However, you hear as there's still a battle down below the deck. You hear as the captain himself, your nearest begins to scream, "Help, please!" Before you just hear just a sort of last sort of scream, before you can maybe assume someone or something perishing. You hear a loud sort of thump onto that of the ground. However, before you are able to react, you look around, you can see as multiple other creatures or multiple other individuals are trying to immediately dash over and down below to the ships to lend their aid. As remember, as Pyre, I believe, was able to realize something, or there was some sort of hole or structural sort of damage down below. Possibly they were probably leading through or getting in through the bottom of the ship. However, as this begins to happen, you see as several tendrils begin to form within the entire interior of the ship from down below, and immediately are coursing on top of the ship as well. All around you, you see as that of this sort of astral corrupted dragon figure begins to roar out, and this sort of almost ear bleeding sort of pain amongst you. And as it happens, you watch as all these tendrils coursing with this astral light begin to immediately pierce and jut throughout the entire ship. Sailors begin to hold on to anything that they possibly can. You look around as the ship itself begins to become almost corrupted in the same astral light. From the ship to even that of the snowscapes around you amongst the lands, to even the snowfall above, as they all begin to become corrupted in this astral light. All of Voden begins to slowly crystallize before your very eyes, and I need each and every single one of you to make a strength saving throw for me. To resist. You got a chance. Let's see what you got. That being said, natural 20 for 22. Fisher, I think you're doing private dice for some reason. Can I see it on the DM screen? I cannot. Yeah, you got private dice on. What'd you get though?
It was a 6.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That being said, 15 and an 18. Oh boy.
How do I roll a saving throw?
Oh, I gotcha. So for saving throw, all you're gonna do, double click on your token. Click on the little strength part, you know where the strength number 13 is. And then if you click the name of strength, you'll see saving throw. Oh boy.
Okay, I see.
Come on. 14. All right. Let's do it. So let's go down the list. Anthrax, what'd you get?
4.
Fail. That being said, Fish, what'd you get?
6.
That is a fail. That being said, Bjorn, what'd you get?
14.
That is a fail. That being said, Groswarl, what'd you get?
18.
That is a fail. Thorn, what'd you get?
15.
That is a fail. Lika, what'd you get?
Nat 20 plus 2.
That is a success. Oh god. Oh man.
Lika, tell our story.
You see as the entire ship begins to slowly rip and tear itself free with that of the tendrils. You see as all or several or dozens and dozens of sailors and soldiers begin to fly off completely wide, and you watch as all of your companions begin to immediately get thrown overboard. That being said, you look over towards them and you are trying to sort of cling for dear life for anything that you possibly can. And as this is happening, you got a chance. You can maybe help or save someone, but you only can pick one. What are you doing? Choice is yours.
So everyone's getting flung onto the water.
Everyone's getting flung into the water. What are you doing?
I'm gonna see that everyone's going out of the water. I'll see the two giants there, and I'm just gonna let go, and I'm gonna dash right overboard and run them out right out of the ship.
You got it. That being said, you jump forth, jumping directly towards that of the area where you see Anth is slowly almost splashing into that of the water. You jump forth and you almost hesitate for a brief moment as you look at both of the individuals as they begin to look directly down towards you. You see as the sea leviathan looks as he meets your gaze. Before immediately he's clawed directly towards the neck, and you submerge into that of the water. As you do, you all begin to slowly but surely descend as you're all launched over the railing of the ship, and as you do, you plunge into the icy waters below. And you begin to watch as your vision fades. Lika, you succeeded earlier. Make a Constitution saving throw for me. Come on. 20. Oh man. Lika, you see as you begin to, or you're trying to sort of fight back that of the cold, you are freezing at the moment. If it wasn't for that of your sort of fur amongst that of your person, you'd be immediately frozen solid. However, you have a choice. Anthrax is basically slowly descending, and he's the closest one towards him. You're right now, you're sort of trying to sort of swim up and above. However, as you're trying to do so, it's hard to tell. Bits and pieces of debris and rubble are slowly being flung everywhere. You can try to go towards him, or you can try to save yourself. But who knows? Everywhere seems dangerous at the moment.
Is there a piece of debris with like rope on it or anything?
Looking around and about, from what you can tell, it's just scattered everywhere. There's rope scattered over to the side, and it seems to be slowly sort of sinking down below, like a little bit, about 20 to 30 feet beside you, but you gotta swim towards it. You don't know if you'll be able to have enough time to grab it and then send it toward Anth or towards Anth.
Okay, no, I will. Can I grab it and swim towards Anth?
All right, you try to go towards the rope, or you try to swim towards Anth? Which one?
No, like grabbing the rope that I see
That's
and
20
pulling
feet
it
away.
along with me. Is it north of me or
It
west
is
of me?
south.
South. Directly
yes.
south here.
Yep, south.
Okay. Okay. And so that rope is closer to
Thorin
both
and
Thorin
Bjorn
and
and Pyre.
Okay. Okay. We'll go towards the boat. If there's anything hanging off the boat, I will hold on to that and try to use my tail as like a little signal, like this area seems safe. try to come towards me and
Oh,
kind of
it's
thing?
not
If
safe.
not,
It is not safe. You see as the entire
okay.
area, like the ship is being slowly, actually I guess as you get a better vision of it, you see as these sort of astral tendrils are beginning to slowly rip and tear. They're wrapping around the entire ship and tearing it into or several pieces. Nowhere seems to be safe at the moment. But from what you can tell, you're sort of like you're sort of submerged underneath and you're sort of looking out towards the surface at the moment. What are you doing?
I will swim towards Amp.
All right, you swim towards Anth, and you swim forth as close or as fast as possible as he begins to slowly but surely descend further and further and further down below. Lika, another Constitution saving throw for me. Come on. There's a chance. 5 won't cut it. That being said, Lika, you begin to watch as your vision fades as you plunge into the water, and you watch as this sort of icy layer begins to freeze amongst your arms and your eyes. As you begin to do so, each and every one of you feel the same thing sort of building up amongst you. Everyone, make a Constitution saving throw except Lika. Let's see if you're able to resist.
I'm giving myself advantage on that.
Mhm.
I'm using the Tides of Chaos.
Oh, okay, Tides of Chaos to give yourself advantage. You got it. Make another
Yeah.
roll.
I'm gonna make 2.
Come on, 12, and then one more.
Fuck.
6, no. That being said,
Oh.
for sake of brevity, did anybody roll below, or anybody roll a 25 or higher?
No.
No? Unfortunate. 25.
What the shit?
Do you see these individuals who are right beside you?
Yeah.
Oh man. That being said, you see as the creature begins to roar out and everybody around begins to slowly freeze over. You watch as that of Talion begins to freeze over. You look over towards Zephyr as he begins to freeze over. All the other individuals, even that of the Blink Dog, begins to freeze over. And
Oh, by
as
the
you
way-
do,
Happy.
Isn't Tides of Chaos also doing the wild magic table?
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I could be wrong. Check. It could change some things. Well, let's make sure. You have a roll on the wild magic table. All right, yeah. Roll D1000. D1000 real quick. It could save everybody. Who knows? I've seen some crazy stuff with wild magic before.
Instead, we get thrown into. a
Leave it
sea
up
of
to
flame.
RNG, baby. Let's do this. 909. That's a high number. Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't seem to do anything.
What does it do?
So what ends up happening is, you see as looking over or towards you, your form begins to slowly turn from like that of a sort of solid to kind of like a strange sort of weird sort of windy sort of thing. It kind of turned from like that of a stranger sort of solid to kind of like from a gas to kind of a liquid. And you still begin to freeze over solid. Doesn't really help you there. It's close, but not enough. Worth it, or worth a shot. That being said, as this begins to happen, looks like we're going this route of the campaign then. Oh boy. As you slowly descend further and further, you feel your bones lock up and you struggle with all your might, but it's no use before you are all taken. And as you do, you begin to see nothing but just a simple, sort of strange astral light begin to take your take over your entire form and visage, before it begins to immediately turn to that of a black. You see as several sort of starry sort of figures and small little dots of the sorts begin to spread about traveling, sticking to even that of yourself, until you are slowly but surely consumed by it all. As you feel with each sort of movement, each sort of blink, you feel as if more and more of not only just your body, but your entire mind begin to freeze over, as you just hear one simple voice enter into your head, feminine in nature, as you hear,
"Freeze, my children, my friend, please, preserve until your end."
To some of you, it sounds familiar. However, as you all begin to sit there, waiting in this sort of almost endless expanse of just sort of darkness and almost nothingness before you, you see, no, you feel something sort of strange happening. Not entirely sure. You feel almost like all of your memories beginning to slowly but surely fade, and you try to reflect on your journey thus far as it all begins to be slowly snuffed away. You watch as the entire area around you becomes this astral light as it sits there manifesting, changing and ever shifting. Before you see a crack begins to form. And then you awaken. And as you do, oh boy, you awaken to a frozen tundra amongst a coast, freezing to death, near death. Some already passed, but you are alive. You look around and you see, and you find yourself amongst the lands, but you see yourself that you are not alone. You lay on a beach with several bodies, all not moving. But who awakens first? As you all are sort of trapped in this sort of strange astral icy prison, not moving, you look forth and you see, as I need one person to roll a d6 for me. We'll say Bimroth, roll a d6 for me, friend.
Shit, that's a d8.
3?
Yeah.
Funny enough. Thorin. Crack open. And as you immediately sort of drop down onto your knees, breathing heavily, you can see the breath before you. And as you drop down onto the ground, you look forth and you find each and every one of your companions peculiarly, almost specifically set in a strange sort of position, a strange sort of structure to them, completely frozen over in this sort of astral ice. And as they are, you look down towards your hand and you see a strange mark upon it. And it speaks to you. What it says, we'll have to find out next time on Rime of the Frostmaiden. Come on, I gotta do it. Oh man. That being said, thank you guys for joining us. I hope that you all enjoyed yourselves. I enjoyed myself thoroughly. That was a freaking awesome session. But we are at time. In fact, or past time. But session ones, you know, you gotta have the first sort of precursor to everything. Come on. But yeah. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed yourself. And yeah, thank you again for being players in my game. You guys are a fantastic group, and I'm super excited to see where all of this stuff will go. Super excited. we got an awesome or a fantastic group of players, and especially a fantastic group of characters as well. Oh man. But that being said, with the first session completed, you guys also receive your first arc points to leveling up to level 2. You're not level 2 right now, but you get the first of 5 arc points that you need to level up. So there you go.
Right. Awesome.
Heck yeah. So I'm gonna break down stream real quick, and we can talk, go over a couple little things. But yeah, I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds, and I'm mute. All right. So, thank you everybody for watching and tuning into Rime of the Frostmaiden and such, the very first session of Voden. That is being publicized. Lots and lots of crazy things and a lot of questions, but only so many answers. We'll have to figure out exactly what happens next in the next episode of this giant campaign. As you guys can probably tell, for those of you who have ran the Rime of the Frostmaiden module, you guys know this is completely different from anything you guys have ever seen. And like I said before, this module or this campaign is 70%, or it is set in the new realm of Voden, the thing or the setting that I've been working on for the past 7 months, and it is completely different. A lot of the module is going to be we're going to be taking bits and pieces of it, but 70% of the campaign will be homebrewed and such. That being said, thank you to all the people who decided to follow. Sorry I wasn't able to sort of thank you guys personally, but thank you guys so much. We had so many. So many. Thank you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. But also, for those of you guys just joining or who just recently joined, my name is SenseiSuplex, and I'm your D&D sensei. And essentially, I'm also the lead of Project Aurora, a giant sort of persistent universe where anybody and everybody gets involved and leaves their mark in the world. All the campaigns can affect each other in big or small ways, so how will you? If you want to join any of that, then be sure to do so. Also, if you guys want to support me or anything that I do, make sure to follow me on any of my socials on Twitter, Instagram, or whatever. You got it. And you just click that link below, and there you go. Also, for last but not least, before we kick it off and hand it over to the next person, if you guys ever want to support me on Patreon or anything like that, feel free to do so. And you guys can literally, you guys will get access to that of battle maps, homebrew subclasses, and also that of homebrew races such as the ringtails, and even that of the other or multiple other sort of races and stuff like that, like red orcs and many more. So if that ever feels interesting to you, be sure to check it out. And yeah, that being said, I don't think let's go check if we have anybody we can raid real quick. I don't think we do, but I'm going to confirm we do. We have Roll Together, so we're gonna toss it over to Roll Together RPG, and we're gonna send them a good old-fashioned SenseiSuplex raid. They're a good couple of friends on the Twitch channel and a part of the Twitch team. And also, yeah, let's give them a little bit of love and support. So let's go raid them. I think they are doing a podcast at the moment. So yeah, make sure you guys want to stay noted for the sessions and whatnot. Be sure to leave a follow. Our next campaign session is going to be Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So be sure to not miss it. All right, that being said, I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. All right, ending stream.